Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. What's going on? Hey, Jackson. Good morning. Tapping as you coming. Tapping as you coming. Tapping as you coming. Tapping as you coming. Look and see if you see the pill. Hey, hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tapping as you come in. Guys, we had a dog emergency this morning. Um, I don't know if Lambo was coughing yesterday when I got off live over here, but he was coughing when I got off live on my other channel. And we ended up having to bring him to the vet this morning, and maybe he has kennel cough, maybe he doesn't. The doctor seems to think he has cough because he was boarded for 8 days while we were out of town, and he started this like coughing and hacking yesterday, which Portia doesn't have anything, but $186 later, that's what's going on. So anyway, let's get into it, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. This was interesting last night. This was interesting. Some of you may or may not have even watched this. I don't know. I was a little bit fascinated, I'm not gonna lie. Hi JS, good morning. Jackson, Desi, Petty Patty, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey everybody, good morning, y'all. And then when I got home, I needed to make some coffee. I need to make some coffee and get myself together. But yeah, last night he started this. And I had a dog before, mommy had kennel cough when she was a puppy. And I just remember it sounding like she smoked cigarettes. Um, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we got some antibiotic and we got some cough suppressant, and we're gonna see what happens. Okay. That's it. That's all. That's what the doctor said. And then he should be fine. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can I help you? Y'all, when he has his little harness on, he looks like he is on security. He looks like he is tactical. Um, he has one of those body harnesses, and he looks like he's on like the SWAT team at the police department. And Lambo walks in like he's on patrol. Okay. This dog is so funny. But anyway, yeah, say a little prayer for Boo Thang. And Portia seems fine. Portia had gotten a 3-year Bordetella, and Lambo, because he's a puppy still, sort of, he was still on the 1-year doses. So, Portia's 5, so she had the 1 year, the 2-year, and then she got the 3-year. So it's possible her immunity level was much, that her immunity was more intact than his was at the time. And maybe if he was exposed, we don't really know. But at the end of the day, that's just what it is. So anyway, let's get into it because baby, we don't know how this will go. Um, Ma'am was over there in the hospital room and she was emotional. This is what I think. If you didn't see this, this is what I think. I think that Liv's baby may have some signs of that maybe Liv had gestational diabetes. Like, we're just speculating here, not a doctor, obviously. But she said that they were holding the baby because the baby wasn't, there was some oxygen issue. I'll let her tell you. But then she further says that they're giving the baby fluids, which of course they are. And then they are monitoring her sugar. And that would make sense. She was untreated through her whole entire pregnancy, and she was eating all kinds of fast food and lots of sugar, lots of chips, lots of spicy things. Um, just lots of everything. And for some people, it wouldn't make a difference what they eat. Some people can eat absolutely anything that they want. Olivia's getting closer and closer to middle age. She's closer and closer, if not over 300 pounds. And she was eating cornstarch. She had no prenatal care at all. And she walked into the hospital like a fucking crazy person, wanting to be induced, trying to call the shots, trying to tell a whole entire hospital what they're going to do and what they're not going to do when they're in the business of delivering 100 babies a day. Okay. And then at the end of the day, the bottom line is people have babies unmonitored every single day. There's people who have babies at home, them and their spouse. There's people who have them with doulas. There's people who have midwives or they have a whole setup. There's people who have babies on the side of a road in a car. They have people who live in a cabin somewhere and have to call the closest doctor to come. And by the time the doctor comes, the baby's already born. There's people who have babies every single day, and those babies don't even end up in the NICU. Your baby is in the NICU for a reason. Your baby is in the NICU because you know for a fact that you should have been being seen by a doctor and you weren't. Either if Olivia, let's just say if Olivia went to the doctor that one time she said that she did, she heard something she didn't like and she purposefully never went back. Let's just say I don't believe she ever went for any sort of prenatal. She went to that Catholic Charities or whatever Christian charity free pregnancy test location where they do ultrasounds on Tuesdays. That's where she went. But if in fact, let's just factor in her lie that she did go for a prenatal appointment, they probably were like 300 pounds. You're over 35. Um, this is your sixth baby. This is gonna have to be a VBAC. Like they're just checking off the list. She got spooked and never went back. Now the baby is they wanted the baby on oxygen, which is normal. They give babies oxygen all the time. Okay? And when your baby comes out, they do the heel stick, they do the bilirubin test, they do a bunch of little diagnostics immediately, and something hit a flag and they sent your baby to the NICU. There is criteria. They don't just bring your baby to the NICU for no reason. You're on Medicaid. You're probably on emergency Medicaid. You're probably barely even approved. They're not going to run up a bill on you. You don't even have coverage yet. They're doing that because that's a whole person who was just born who deserves excellent medical care. So despite how dumb you are, that child deserves excellent medical care, and they rushed her into the NICU to make sure that she's good because she's got a dummy for a mom. Okay? That's just my opinion. But they're not going to admit a child to the NICU just because they want to run up a bill. There are actually sick children that need to be in there. So they're not going to keep your child just to run up a bill, you dummy. But this person is a conspiracy theorist, and she feels like they're just trying to run up bills on her as if there's not 10,000 other people that need to have babies. Come on now. This is delusional. Okay. Okay. Happy Friday. Okay. Mushagal. Okay. Mushagal and all the business. Someone said she has a wristband that yeah, I think she has one of her wristbands does say high risk. I think the yellow one said high risk. Yeah, it does. Mm-hmm. Hold on. We're gonna look at it. Girl. We're gonna get into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Okay. Let's see what's going on here.
And
Girl, she
I was
with those readers on. How did I have it before? Which I don't care about seeing her chat, but is this the chat show? Okay. There it is.
3 centimeters. Okay.
All right, so she's going to tell the story here. We're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible because, of course, it's Fugazi. It's Fugazi. This is the deal. And also, what she doesn't, I hope she knows this because maybe someone else has said it. I don't know. But Liv, if you don't think that they are not taking notes on you, that they have not turned the camera on in that room, they are watching you. All right. They're watching they watch everybody when you come in to have a baby. They're watching you. All right. They're watching your overall demeanor, how you're bonding with the baby, and they are taking note of red flags. That's part of their job. Everybody on the floor, they're just paying attention. Okay. And you are acting weird, and that's coming from the internet. And if you don't cut the shit, they're gonna send you home because you need to fucking relax. Since you want to go home so bad, they'll let you go home and then you're gonna have to come drive over and you can't drive. So your mother, who has to watch your two other kids, is gonna have to drive you over there and you're gonna be losing it. So shut the fuck up, stay your ass in that bed, take some naps and heal. Or else you want to go home so bad, they'll send you home. They will send you home as soon as they know that you're good. They'll say, you know what, you can go today if you want to. And your dumbass probably will. But the gag will be is that Boo Boo Bebe stays there. Okay. Bebe's not ready to leave yet. Ask Peach McIntyre. Peach, I feel like the last three kids, the twins and the one before that, I don't know if she had other kids in the NICU, but when I first started watching Peach after she had Gorgeous, and maybe she's either had 3 or 4 kids since Gorgeous, right? Since Gorgeous, I feel like all those kids have ended up in the NICU for one reason or another. And baby, they let Peach go home, and Peach will be there every single day feeding those kids. Okay. So they'll check you out. If you want to keep playing and bothering those people and they can't get their work done.
Heck yeah. Okay, so let's get the likes up. Everyone just hit the like button. Okay.
They already have a social worker involved. Okay. She was arguing with the doctor. They got a social worker involved. They probably are going to want her address and they're going to want to make sure she's got her bassinet. They're going to want to see. I mean, you don't have to be rich to take home a baby. So the fact that she's living in a back room is of no circumstance. But if she's going home to a house with some smokers, this baby has been on oxygen for 24 hours at least. If Stella or that man, I don't know if they smoke or not, but they might go do a walkthrough and see what services are needed because clearly ma'am is in need of services. The thing is that this could potentially help her because you already know Liv is going to say, well, I just moved. I need an apartment. I need daycare. Da, 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 da. So they already have her in touch with a social worker. It's quite possible that she could end up getting additional services or additional referrals based on the fact that she is a bum and she showed up to Los Angeles or California bumming, and she just showed up to the hospital with no prenatal care. The child is in the NICU. She had a C-section. I had a C-section. I absolutely, a C-section is no joke. Girl, I still feel my scar, okay? I still feel my incision from time to time. Girl, that thing is still damn numb, okay? That thing was really, no joke, numb for damn 10 years. That thing runs deep. My husband was like, I think he took one like semi look and he was like, I saw everything. Like you were wide open. I saw everything. Okay. You were waiting for this reaction? Girl, when they opened me up, my stomach. So they found out. So the doctor did some fixing. She was like, well, while I was in there, you know how the surgeons do. Well, we while I was in there, while we had you open, we noticed that your your stomach was fused to the lining, like to the wall lining of my belly. So I had like a hernia or something. Girl, I had a slight hernia, basically, is what they said. And she was like, we fixed that. We fixed that. No worries. And she said, you might notice we tightened you extra tight when we sewed you back together. Girl, just a mess. Okay. She's lying. But this is the thing. This is the thing that she said was that they had the baby on oxygen, which is normal. That's not abnormal for a baby to get even a little bit of oxygen for a minute once they get your breathing going. Because some babies come out, wah, wah. Some babies need a smack on the butt. Some babies, need the massage, and some have to be run and get under heat lamps and go straight into the NICU, and they got to work on them. That is every single day in labor and delivery. I feel like there's one or two labor and delivery nurses in our community, and I'm sure somebody will drop down and tell us. There's any number of things that happen every single day and probably happen to 10 of us in this chat, and we're all here. Okay. Those are very normal occurrences. Now, the fact that the baby is having a 1 or 2 or however many days stay in the NICU, that's very normal too. That happens. Doesn't mean that the baby's going to be there indefinitely, but at the end of the day, she should be grateful that this is that at least what she's articulating could potentially be it, because you had no prenatal care. You're 300 plus pounds. You ate like a lunatic, and you didn't give a fuck until 2 days ago. If you gave a fuck about this child, you would have dipped in at least a little bit, but you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing. So this is what you get. And they're keeping you over in your room and letting the baby have some space because they're trying to still read, is this okay? Because it's giving psych eval. Psych eval tomorrow at 7. If you don't cut the shit, girl, they're going to send somebody from psych down to come talk to you and make sure that you're okay. And the minute that you start to break down and act goofy, they're going to send your ass home with a prescription and tell you to come back and get the baby another day, because she is her own person. If you didn't know, now you know. Now you might need to understand, because I know you understand that the web kids are their own people. And that's why the judge saw fit to send them with their dad. You have been manipulating those 2 other little kids far too long. Now you had this one and you thought you were going to do the same thing. And the reality is that she is her own person, and that there are powers that be in place that you brought into the program that are protecting her and making sure that she is well before she leaves the hospital, because she's got a fugazi mother who didn't bother to have prenatal care. And you may have had a raging case of gestational diabetes, which I had gestational diabetes. I used to have to take injections of insulin every single day. I was never diabetic before I got pregnant with Farah. And I had to start taking insulin, injection, and metformin. Started with some metformin. I guess it just wasn't good enough. And then, girl, I full on had to go see the endocrinologist that I still see today. Okay. And, I've been seeing the same endocrinologist for over 15 years now. I started seeing her. I found out I was pregnant in damn Christmas. And I think I had my first endocrinology appointment sometime in January before I saw Farah. So January 2011. And she has had me as a client ever since, the same doctor. Okay. Period. It just is what it is. I was 40 and it triggered diabetes in me that ran in my family, and it is what it is. And she said something about them monitoring the baby's sugar and giving her fluids. And it sounds like the baby may have been born with some sort of insulin resistance.
So you guys remember the live? I came live that night and I was contracting.
So hopefully she's not type 1. If she's type 1, that's going to be a problem for Liv. That's going to be a problem for the child. I hope Liv does not have a child that needs medication because this woman is a psycho.
A lot, right? I look skinnier already? Girl. Thank you. I don't feel skinny. Okay, so I was contracting.
She couldn't
When I got off
wait
of
to go
live,
live
he was
and
like, get some sleep because you might be going into labor. So I
create
was like, okay, you're right, let me
content.
get some sleep. So I did. I went to sleep that night.
Thank you for
I
the
woke up
coins,
at
y'all.
2:30 a.m. and I was having really bad contractions. So my mom brought me to the hospital and I was 3 centimeters. Okay, I was 3 centimeters.
Yeah,
And
I'm not saying the baby has anything. She said that they're monitoring the baby's insulin. I just said I hope. Yeah, I hope not, right? One or two. I mean, two would be highly unlikely for a baby, but they're monitoring this child. And if Liv had gestational diabetes and it went untreated all of those months and they feel like that's attributing to the baby's size, which 8.5 pounds isn't necessarily huge. I mean, a 10, 11, we've seen 13-pound babies like as big as a freaking turkey. That's not what she had. She had 8 pounds, according to her, because that could be a lie. Um, we don't really know. We don't really know. And then Liv is not, Liv didn't make it out of high school. I'm sure she probably didn't even take ninth grade science. So we don't really know what was told to her. And, unfortunately, a lot of people do a very bad job of relaying what the doctor told them. And I mean, they just do. So we don't really know. She's truly disturbed. Girl, she's probably gonna be crying by this afternoon.
they admitted me, they kept me. And I called my doula and let everybody know that I was finally admitted and we're gonna do this, okay? Thank you guys.
What is this doula she says she had? What doula are you talking about? It's like, would you just let the lies go?
Then like 2 hours later, I got my room, my delivery room, and we just
Oh, her band says fall risk, not high risk. I saw it said risk and I thought it said high risk, but it says fall risk. Why I don't know. Why she's a fall risk, that's hilarious. But she is a fall risk. I guess maybe she doesn't have good balance. I have no idea. Baby.
I wasn't really I was contracting. It was like every 3 to 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. And okay, it was cool. It was still not that bad. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. And I got my epidural real early. And okay, so I got my epidural. My doula shows up. We're going and going. And it's now, I got to the hospital at like 4:30 a.m. It's now like 9 a.m. Okay. And now I'm like 6 centimeters dilated. It's just the baby was high. She was still high. She hadn't dropped into the birth canal. So that was the issue. I was dilating, my cervix was thinning. It's just the baby was still high up. So
let me look on my phone. I don't know. Every hospital is going to be different.
And she broke my water. And I didn't ask her to break my water. That was the first red flag. She just came.
Liv, you have been on this internet. So are you catching this? I know I have it sped up a little bit. So the doctor comes in and checks her and she's blaming the doctor for breaking her water. It's possible. Did she say she broke the water on purpose or was that just the after effects of her spreading you wide open? At the end of the day, you have been on this internet complaining that you wanted the baby out. You have been belly aching. You wanted them to induce you. You have been bothering us morning, noon, and night about having this baby. And you get a licensed medical professional to come in there, make an assessment, and whether she popped your sac or not, at the end of the day, baby, this is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. This is what you wanted. You wanted to have the baby. You showed up to this hospital. You didn't have prenatal care. You are a big dummy. You got what you asked for.
In and broke my fucking water. And I was pissed because that's what happened with AJ. I had a induction with AJ and they broke my water too soon and we were running out of fluids and they had to keep refilling my bag up. Like inside of me was saline. I think it was saline. was it saline? I don't fucking know. It was some type of liquid. They had to keep filling my belly up when I was pregnant, when I was giving birth to AJ because he was running out of fluid. Anyway, she just popped my water without even telling me or asking me. And I'm like, what the hell? Why did you do that? And I get it.
You are admitted. You are admitted. You signed paperwork for the hospital to deliver your baby at the end of the day, and you're by yourself. Okay. You're at the doctor. The doctor is making the decisions at this point. Once you sign in and you agree to allow these people to take charge over you, and you have no advocacy there with you, baby, it's a wrap. They're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna do whatever the protocol is. Ma'am went in there and said, poop.
did it so I will start having contractions quicker.
She might have had 10 other babies lined up to deliver. Do you think you were the only one on the floor? There could have been 4 or 5 doctors. There could have been 25 babies born that night. You don't know what was going on between scheduled inductions, emergencies, and carryovers from the night before. These people are busy. They're busy.
And they wouldn't have to give me Pitocin, but it's like she didn't even talk to me about it. So that right there made me upset. But I was like, okay, like there's nothing I can do. My water's already popped. She was acting like she was just gonna check me, and she just popped my water. Okay, so fine, I let it go. That was the first what the fuck moment. And I was
Listen, I just googled it. Now I'm sure every hospital is different. In most hospitals, a blue wristband commonly indicates a fluid restriction, a behavioral slash violence risk, or a patient has been administered radioactive isotopes. However, because wristband colors are not nationally or globally standardized, a blue band can mean completely different things depending on a specific hospital network. Fluid restriction means, obviously, we know, I don't have to read that one. Behavioral or violence, I can get with that. Signaling that a patient is at risk for aggression or self-harm, etc., etc., etc. Let's see. Blue wristband meaning in hospitals. Let me see. Let me do in Southern California. Okay, let's see what it says here. In many Southern California and U.S. hospitals, a blue wristband commonly indicates a fall risk or a behavioral self-harm alert, though meanings are not universally standardized. Her yellow band said fall risk. Her blue band might have been behavior. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. It might have been behavior. If she were, this is the deal. If she were a blood pressure risk, keep in mind she's not attached to anything right now. If she were being treated for post-clampsia at this point, because preeclampsia is before, post after, she would still be hooked up to a blood pressure monitor or machine. She's not hooked up to anything. So they could be treating her with some blood pressure medication orally, but she's not attached to anything, so they're not monitoring her. So I don't know that means that she might have been a blood pressure, risk or monitor person when she first came in, and they monitor everybody's blood pressure when you're having a baby. But she's not attached to anything right now, so I think she's in there freaking out. I think Liv is in there acting a complete donkey, and they are watching her. Okay. They're watching her and they are documenting. Okay. Okay. I don't know what search you did. I did blue hospital wristband, California, and it said fall risk. So I mean, look, it could be anything. But if she is suffering from preeclampsia, why is she not attached to anything?
I was dilating. I was still like a 6, a 7.
But
She came back around.
At the end of the day, we're just, girl, we don't know what she got going on. She could be, girl, it could be anything.
It was like 11 a.m. and every time I was still having contractions, I had my epidural. And here's the thing too, I fucked up.
She'll never admit that she's got preeclampsia.
Look, at the more medical intervention you have, the more you're going to risk something, you know, your birth plan not going the way that you wanted to go. And my ass, I was having medical intervention after medical intervention. I had the epidural, the Pitocin. She popped my fucking water. But I just thought, oh, it's gonna go real fast because Kailani's went real fast. But with Kailani's, I birthed so much at home to the last minute that when I went to the
Girl,
hospital,
it's
it
a
was just
fucking crazy
ongoing. With
band.
this baby, I had to still kind of like push
I'm
her.
with you. I think the blue band for Liv is she's on her way down to the NICU. Do you guys know that she tried to take the baby out the NICU? Do you guys know that she tried to take the baby out the NICU? Because she said, it's my baby. It's my baby. And she tried to take the baby out the NICU. Are you guys aware of that? She tried to walk her ass out of the NICU where they probably have a armed police officer. Forget about a security guard. They usually have a armed police officer. The bitch is fucking crazy, man. She crazy. Okay?
Along the way. So I fucked up. I fucked myself over in that way. Like I should have just I didn't want to deal with the pain at home. Like I didn't want to deal with the contraction pain, but I should have just dealt with it because I
You know what she didn't want to deal with at home? She didn't want to deal with AJ. She didn't want to deal with Kailani. And that's what she didn't want to deal with. You should have checked your ass into a hotel. If you needed to birth quietly, why didn't your doula, why didn't your holistic superwoman doula have a place for you to go? She doesn't have a holistic center for you to go check into, this fictitious ass doula? Where was Miss Fictitious? I can't believe that a doula doesn't have privileges at some sort of quiet place where women can labor in peace. I find that hard to believe. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me see this. Not sure if it was said because I'm a bit behind, but LA County hospitals, blue bands are specifically for behavior risk. Live. Okay. Y'all, I saw that on, you know what I mean? Like, look, everybody's right. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to just, I looked it up and that's what it said, behavior or something else. At the end of the day, Liv been over there acting a complete donkey and tried to take that baby out of the NICU. And they are watching and documenting her, period. She's acting ridiculous. And she got the social worker calling her on the phone, coming to visit her. Ma'am is a problem.
Myself in the end. So take it from me, if you are like me and you want more of like a natural.
Look at her eyes. She's giving crazy eyes right now.
Birth.
And then she's sitting there trying to wear her fake Marshall's readers like she's wearing some prescription glasses. Ma'am, why are you sitting there with readers on and you're not reading or on the computer? You're on the internet, not reading comments. You're just talking. Why do you have on glasses?
Do it at home.
Thank you, Dr. A.
Do a lot of it at home. Yes, when you get to the hospital, you're gonna have to get an epidural. You might be 7-8 centimeters. It might be painful, but do that instead of going to the hospital super early and risking it to go to shit. Okay. So anyway, around 11 o'clock, they came in my room and I had the epidural early and I felt like they put too much because I couldn't feel shit, girl. I couldn't even feel my legs. Okay. I couldn't move my legs, nothing. So they
gave you the dose for people 300 pounds. They're not going to give you the dose for 110. They're not giving you the 150 dose. They're not giving you the 200-pound thickums. They gave you beast mode. Okay. They gave you sis needs to sit her ass down because we can't pick her up. Okay.
They were putting too much epidural because I didn't feel any of my contractions at first. Like I didn't feel any of them because that's how much epidural I had. So they came in and they were like, look, you're having a contraction and the baby's heart rate is dropping.
But she had to have settled because, and that's fine. If she was being seen for preeclampsia, it makes sense. I mean, she hasn't been seen. Her blood pressure, I'm sure, was up. And she's also obese. So, yeah, I mean, it would make sense. It would make sense, right?
And I was like, girl,
They
please.
they didn't know what they were walking into. They're taking every didn't she already mention she wants to sue the hospital? This is why they don't want to take patients that they don't know. This is why they don't want to take patients they don't have a relationship with. She's already wanting to sue people. Nobody got time for that. So now they got to be on their tippy toes and walk on eggshells because this woman is already in here creating drama, and there's people who want to peacefully have a nice stay and have their child in peace, and this woman needs to probably go down to the step down unit. She probably needs to go to medical step down and get her off the labor and delivery floor because she is a fucking basket case already.
That's what y'all all say. And it's true. That's what they all say. But then they turned up the monitor, and when I would have my contractions, her heart rate would be boom, 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 boom. And then when my contractions would come, it would be like boom, 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 boom. And that shit fucking, I was like, oh my God, no, it's her heart rate, blah, blah, blah. And I already know that they say that most of the time as a tactic to like make you freak out. But like, I was freaking out. I wouldn't have been freaking out if she had dropped, but she was still high up. I was still dilating and my cervix was still thinning because every time they checked me, I was 8 centimeters, I was 9 centimeters, but the baby was still high up. Like she wouldn't drop into my pelvis. So that's when they said, well, it might be the cord. The cord might be wrapped around her neck. It might be wrapped around her body. She can't move. Bitch, when they said that, I was like, just give me the C-section. Give me the C-section. Because I'm not going to walk out of here with, no, just, you know how that goes. And we can't even see the cord. We can't even see the cord on a sonogram. We cannot see. So how are we even going to know? But that was the only thing that they...
I felt them pull Farrah under my ribs. I felt that final yank. I felt like they just pulled, I felt like they pulled a baby out of me. I did. So I didn't feel the cutting. I heard the cutting. I was like, are you cutting my skin? And she was like, Dr. Beverly Bell. Yep. And then like 2-3 minutes later, she's like, oh my gosh, her head is perfect. Her head is and mind you, Dr. Beverly Bell, she's a Guyanese woman and she's beautiful. She had a very short, natural afro. And she was like, oh, that was the first thing she said about Farrah. Her head is perfect. She's beautiful. And I was just like, ma'am, if you don't, and then they couldn't call the time. They were like, what was the time? And I was like, 7:38. And they were like, are you sure? And I said, I saw it on the clock when you were cutting me.
To think of why she hadn't dropped yet. So at that point, I was just like, it's fine. Just do it.
Yeah, they don't tell you that to freak you out. Olivia is a problem patient. You already know. Yes, Dr. A is in the house, you guys. Say hi to our good sis, Dr. A.
So they were prepping for the C-section. They put me in the room, the OR room. And then this damn phone. I'm sorry, guys. Can you guys see me now? Can you guys see me? I'm so sorry. I want to end it. I was like, no. Can you guys see me? Are we good? Everyone hit that like button.
Why does she believe she's the healthiest person walking? I think you know the answer to that question. She's an arc. She could be walking around with 3 toes, half a leg, damn near having a stroke every other Tuesday, and she's still going to say she's the healthiest person because she's an arc. So, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense, but in her mind, she's the baddest bitch.
Are we good or not? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So a little bit before we decided on the C-section, they had turned down my epidural because, you know, I didn't need it that high up. So as the epidural was coming down and they now took it off of me, and I was going into the OR, now I could feel my contractions and I could feel all the pressure in my butt. And when they were rolling me into the OR room, I was like, wait, I think she dropped. Like, can you guys check me just one more time? I think she's down there. And they checked me. I was fully dilated and she dropped. Okay. In the fucking OR room. So then they were like, okay, push. We were in the OR room.
Well, she has Sonia Durham readers on. She's got cheaters. Okay. She has cheaters on.
At this point. So I was pushing. Okay. I got like 10 pushes in. And she was coming down. They were like, you're doing good, Liv, keep pushing, keep pushing. But all of a sudden, they hear her fucking heart rate dropping again. And they're like, no, her heart rate, da, da, da. They start freaking the fuck out. We gotta do it, we gotta do C-section. I'm just like, oh my God, here we fucking go. At that point, y'all, I was fucking exhausted from the fucking pushing. I was just like, I just
This is my thing. When I had a C-section and Farah was literally born in 10 minutes, I was like, see, if you guys would have told me that she would have been born in 10 minutes and I didn't have to sit the last 24 hours, we could have done this damn thing. Y'all really didn't they didn't really educate me on a C-section and what the benefits were or not, and maybe that I would have I didn't know if I was going to be able to push or not, and I didn't. I ended up having a C-section, but this is the deal. I'm going to be honest with you. Had I known, I probably would have let them schedule me for it. I was just nervous about it because I just wanted to do the natural, which is what everybody kept telling me. And for me in my situation, it just worked out. A C-section was better. And had I had a second child, I would have just let them go ahead and schedule me at whenever time that they saw fit to do it, 38, 39, 40 weeks, whatever it was. It probably would have been 38 had I been gestational diabetic again. But at the end of the day, it really wasn't that bad. It did require some healing and all of that other stuff, but she literally was born in like it felt like seconds.
what the fuck ever. I knew I could push her out. Like I could have pushed her out, but they started back with the fucking heart, the blood pressure and the heart rate.
Yeah, it was actually nice. Had I known, I was like, if y'all would have told me, we could have just scheduled this damn thing. You know what I mean?
Not the blood pressure, the heart rate. Girl. And it was dropping. But I feel like that's normal in a sense because the baby is going through a lot. Of course her heart rate is dropping. Let me push her out and then we can see. You know what I mean? But no, they want us to do the fucking C-section. So then, y'all, they start the fucking C-section. Okay? I'm laying there, they start the C-section. I can't feel shit. And I'm cool with the C-section because I'm terrified of the spinal
I
block.
see that
I don't like the
80%
spinal tap
CMOS.
block, whatever you want to call it. That's different from the epidural, and that is what is terrifying to me. But we were able to do the C-section with just the epidural, not the spinal. He just gave me more medicine in my epidural, so I was fine with that. I already had it in my bag.
So you're saying she has a vacation. She has a timeshare in Virginia. Okay. Girl, I didn't, that's the word on the street, but I didn't even think about that. Okay. I heard some chitter chatter about that, but girl, I don't know anything about that cat. Okay. Girl, I could believe anything at this point.
That's why I was like, fuck it, just do the C-section. I just want my baby out alive and healthy. So, and they were making it seem like, you know, how they make it seem. Like, if we don't do this, she might die. Okay, so I'm like, fuck it, just do it. So they cut me open, and then the fucking doctor starts freaking out. She's stuck, she's stuck, she's stuck. Her head was stuck in the fucking birthing canal. Duh, I was pushing her out. She was stuck. Somebody stick your hand up there, try to push her out this way. Like, they were freaking, and I can't see shit. And I'm out of it, girl, okay? Push her head, da da da, push her. I gotta cut her more. Oh my God, girl. It was, and then when they were done, oh my God. So then they finally get the baby out. Of course, my baby's head was stuck. I was in the middle of fucking pushing her down. Okay. So they finally get the baby out, and she's not making any noise. At this point, y'all, I was like, I don't know. I can't even call it at this point. I can't see shit. They have my face covered. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But I finally hear her crying. She's fine. She's alive. She's breathing. They bring her by me, and they're like, we have to take her to the NICU, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, just go, girl. Just go. Like, I don't even. This whole birth hasn't even felt like I had any fucking say so. Like, the doctors just took over the whole fucking thing. Even to this point right now, I feel like the doctors are just taking over the whole experience for me. But so she goes to the NICU because she needs oxygen. Okay.
Girl, you should have gone home and had that baby in the bathtub like I told you. I told you 2 weeks ago to have the baby in the bathtub at the house with Stella and that old man. Okay. And then you could have called the ambulance to come and take y'all to the hospital afterwards to get everything checked out. That's what a lot of holistic people do. They have the babies at home and then they get the ambulance or they drive over to the hospital afterwards because they don't feel like the drama. Okay. That's it. That's all. If you were about that life for real, that's what you would have done, but you're not. So, you know what I'm saying? The walk and the talk don't match.
Okay, cool. So she's in the NICU. They're sewing me back up. They sewed me up.
Right. The doula would have been over there with the blow up tub. Or if she needed a quiet place to birth because she got all them kids around, most holistic people, they'll have the kids running around, they're laying in the pool of warm water and they got the kids running around and don't care. Okay. Okay.
The doctor came around and she was like, out of my whole 20 something years, this has been the most traumatic birth that I've ever. I'm like, girl, I don't give a fuck. What the hell? I'm sorry that you came in to pop my water and you made it all traumatic for yourself. Like, what the hell? And then a couple nurses told me the same thing. Out of my whole nursing career, this has been the most craziest birth that I've ever.
Don't the Henrys, is it Keeping Up with the Henrys, the family that has like 9 kids? I feel like she had a baby at home. That guy Yada and his wife, the Queen, on Instagram. Um, she had a baby upstairs in the bathroom. Baby, people have babies at home all day, every single damn day. Okay. They deliver the placenta and they show up to the hospital with the baby and the placenta wrapped up together. Or they call the doctor. If you got coin like that, they call the concierge doctor to come over to the house. Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. Like,
They're gonna send her for a psych eval. Girl, they're gonna give her a pink bracelet in a minute. Send her right to psych. They're gonna say, put these blue scrubs on. Girl, they're gonna give her some
y'all
scrubs.
really
and take
overdid
her
this.
to the
Like, they
top
really
floor.
like, they OD'd this shit. Like, all they had to do was let me fucking push. Okay. No, I didn't have preeclampsia. I didn't have shit. Y'all was I'm a healthy ass bitch.
I'm a
Yes, I had a
healthy ass
C-section.
bitch. I'm a
No, they
healthy
just
ass bitch.
overdid it. They did too much. And I allowed them to, but like I said, from the moment she popped my
Okay.
water, I should have been like, I
Yeah,
should have
she
took
had her
control of
babies
this
at
shit
home.
and just ran it a different way. But I was so like, not nonchalant, but I was just like, I just thought everything would just work out. You know what I mean? Like, but she just
Because
wouldn't fall.
you're
She wouldn't come
stupid.
down. And that was the whole thing that really fucked everything up. But if they were better doctors and this was a better hospital, they would have worked with me. They would have cared more to give a fuck.
Let me tell you something. She thinks that they ran her baby to the NICU to run up a bill. She's on Medicaid. Medicaid only pays but so much. Hospitals lose money on Medicaid patients, okay? They get paid the absolute minimum. If they're going to run up a bill, they're going to run it up on damn Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They're going to run it up on United Healthcare. They're going to run it up on an insurance that actually pays. They're not going to run it up on California Medicaid. I'm sorry, sis. They're just not. You're crazy. You are fucking crazy. They're not running up a bill. And there is absolute criteria. If this hospital is magnet certified and they're trauma, they got damn helicopters upstairs on the roof. There is criteria for admittance into the NICU. They're not just running your kid to the NICU because they have nothing better to do on a Thursday night. You're stupid and you sound dumb. You sound paranoid and you sound like you need a psych eval.
About my child. They just wanted to just give me a C-section. I feel like that's what it was. And that's what a lot of hospitals wanted.
I know they want her out so bad. I know they are ready for her to be discharged.
And it is what it is. So yeah, I had a C-section, but I'm up walking. Yeah, they profit off C-sections 100%. 100%. But now my baby is, I'm officially a NICU mom. Get this. So my baby was in the NICU all yesterday and all today, right? For her oxygen levels. Cool. Today, she's not on oxygen anymore and she's totally fine. But they're keeping her because they want her to eat more. It's so retarded. So of course, I went to the NICU today and I raised motherfucking hell, bitch. I want my baby. Like, you admitted her in the NICU for breathing. Come in.
Meanwhile, she's sitting there on live stream. She had to have told someone. She probably told like somebody delivering lunch, oh yeah, I've got a YouTube channel. The nurses are probably sitting there watching her on live right now. The doctor is probably like, I'm done. 24 hours, I'm done. I'm off for the next 3 days. Dr. Blanche is going to be here. I'll let them take care of it. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'm done. I'm not coming back to see her. Just let whoever's on call come back. I birthed the baby. I'm done. She's trying to. This is the deal. Liv has tattoos on her. If you have tattoos on your face, I'm not talking to you. Okay. Can we make that clear? I'm not talking to you. If you have tattoos on your face, ignore what I'm about to say. This chick has damn tattoos all over her face. She looks like a clown. She came into the hospital with lashes and no insurance. She probably just got her Cali Med. Okay. What do they call it? I forget what they call it. Um, Ma'am just got to California less than 30 days ago. I don't even know if she's approved yet. She might not even be approved in the state. She may not have even had Medicaid in Texas because what would she need it for? She doesn't go to the doctor, right? She comes in here. She doesn't have anything, no doctor, no nothing. She probably lied and said she was seeing somebody. They probably asked her, and now nobody can find anything. Cali Medi-Cal, thank you. I said Cali Med. Girl, Medi-Cal. And she probably just got approved because she needs to be there for 30 days. Nobody is paying no attention to you, ma'am. You got damn tattoos on your face. You look like a gangbanger. And you haven't had any care. You don't have, when they doing your questionnaire, they said, how many kids do you have? You're going to say this is your sixth birth. How many kids live with you? 2. Where's the other 2? They're with their father in Texas. Okay. The social worker probably already knows that you lost custody of your kids. Girl, they are watching you. They are watching you. They don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but they don't want them problems. Oh, I didn't even have to turn off the sound because she had it on mute.
Sure. Okay, let me come back. I'm gonna come back for the rest of the story. I gotta go to the NICU and feed her, okay? Because I'm trying to get her discharged out of the NICU because it's a whole thing with feeding. They want to make sure she's eating because she's a big baby. She's 8 pounds something and she's a chunky little thing. So they want to make sure she's eating what she is eating. You guys, she's perfectly healthy and fine. They admitted her for her breathing.
Rather than gotta go, guys. She stays on live an additional 5 minutes. They are looking at you for your priorities. The baby needs to eat now. They're calling you. They're summoning you to come and feed your child. And you're busy talking to your audience on live stream.
Now her breathing is perfectly fine. So what are you keeping my baby for? You know, what do you keep my baby for?
You're crazy.
So yeah, I was upset today. I got upset. I had to speak to a social worker. The social worker had to come down and calm me the fuck down. And that's why I had a social worker. And she was just calling me back because she told me she would call me back. And because I was like, girl, what if I just take my baby out the NICU? Then what? But you know, then they want to say, oh, well, they want to threaten you with CPS and shit. Let me not put the camera.
They threatened her with CPS. Girl, they probably threatened to have her ass locked up. Girl, I don't know. They're going to run you to LA County. What's the name of the prosecutor that's prosecuting David? What's her name? Girl, the badass chick. Baby, you don't want to end up downtown in LA County. Okay? Leave those people alone. Is she in LA or is she somewhere else? Girl, you better leave them people alone. She said, what if I take the baby out the NICU and then they threaten me with CPS? What?
Over there. You know, then they want to say, oh, well, they want to threaten you with CPS and
girl, never have I ever.
She told me she would call me back and because I was like, girl, what if I just take my baby out?
Is it Beth Silverman? Is it Beth? It's like Beth Silverman or something like that. Girl, they gonna get a damn Beth Silverman on your ass, and baby, you gonna be running back to Tarrant County. You gonna be running back. Yeah, Beth Silverman, baby, girl, let Beth toss my hair Silverman come through with some impeding the care of a child in the NICU and get you in the CPS, baby. You gonna be crying when you get a Beth. I like to toss my nice thick red hair around. Silverman comes for your ass. You better leave them people alone. In the hospital attorneys, girl, they will have you on the outside. They will have you on the outside until they are ready for you to come pick up that baby if you keep acting a fool.
But you know, then they want to say, oh, well, they want to threaten you with CPS and
girl, they probably already looked up and saw you just got out of jail 6 months ago.
Oh shit, let me not put the camera over there. They want to threaten you with all this extra shit. Anyway, wait, I don't know where to put the fucking camera. I'm trying to show you guys something. So, I did have a C-section.
Ew.
Sorry. I have my
Ew. Does your fupa hang low? Does it rock onto the floor? Hey, Olivia Pope. Does your fupa hang low? Does it rumble to the floor?
one right here. But
Girl,
I'm
look at
walking.
those
I had my
socks.
C-section yesterday. Okay. We're walking. And we're okay. We're gonna make it through. I'm gonna heal really fast, okay? It was not a part of
Yeah,
my
we see you live, but what if a normal size 5'4", 5'5", 150 to 200 pound woman stood next to you? What is it really doing? Because you standing there by yourself, girl, you could be as tall as a tree. We don't know what you're giving right now. I just know that you look almost as tall as the curtain. Look, girl, ponytail up to the door. Look at the door. You see my arrow? Look. Girl, you are ginormous size. You are hella tall. The average woman is probably up to your shoulder. Or do you think you're really showing us something?
right here. But I'm walking. I had my C-section yesterday. Okay.
Girl, you had your C-section yesterday and you're going to be tired as hell when you get to the house. Would you let them give you a nice pain pill and go lay your ass down?
We're walking. And we're okay. We're gonna make it through. I'm gonna heal really fast, okay? It was not a part of my plan, but we're gonna heal, okay? I can't start my weight loss journey next week. I'm gonna have to wait like maybe another week or two to heal completely. But it's okay. We got this. We got this, okay? Yeah, I had this situation yesterday.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm up and walking. My baby comes first, and I have to walk my ass to the motherfucking NICU. So anyway, love you guys. Just be strong. I totally understand what you NICU mamas go through now. I'm so sorry that we as women have to go through so much. Our babies have to go through so much. But shout out to you NICU moms, because you guys go through so much. And now I understand. I mean, not the severity, because I can't even imagine if my baby, there was actually something wrong with her and she was up there, I would be a wreck. I'm already a wreck, and she's perfectly healthy and fine. But just the fact that they are keeping her, I'm like, I want my baby. So yeah, they got the social worker involved today, girl. Oh well, shit. But I still have to wait. I have to wait until she eats enough. They see that she's eating enough and her blood sugar doesn't drop, and then I can bring her in my room. So I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, that's what they said. They said the cord was wrapped around her when they took her out. I don't know. I didn't see the cord. Only one nurse said that to me. So I don't even know if that's true. Who knows? If it is true.
Why would the nurse lie to you? See, that's why they're getting ready to try to treat you for paranoia. Because if the nurse who operates under a license told you that the cord was wrapped around her, then she was free to give that information, and she's only going to give you accurate information. Nurses don't just run around tell stories. If that was the nurse that was in the labor and delivery room with you and she's able to answer questions and she told you that, then that's what it is. Why would she tell you that? You are ridiculous. You are precisely the type of person that does not need to go into a hospital because you are the main one. Girl, fee, fi, fo, fum. Oh my God. It takes 6 months or more to completely heal from it. Girl, it took a long time. I was healed, but my scar, it was still kind of tender. It was tender for years. It was healed, but it's I don't feel like it's ever going to be the same. My belly's never the same.
They kept telling me, you did the right thing, mama, you did the right thing by getting the C-section.
I think she's having a manic episode. I don't know that she's paranoid schizophrenic, but it definitely is giving manic episode. Because she won't sit her ass down. They need to give her a good dose of some sort of sedative and pain medication so she can go to sleep.
Whatever. I just wanted my baby to be
She
healthy.
needs to sleep.
I didn't want anything to happen to her. So I'm just happy that she's good. I'm about to go breastfeed her. And we're also giving her a little formula so they can take her off of the monitor because they're monitoring her for her blood sugar. Girl. Yeah, she was born yesterday. The C-section should have happened right away.
They're giving her formula because they don't want you coming in and out of the NICU all the time. They're giving her formula because it makes it easier for them to keep the baby on a schedule because you're busy live streaming and they wanted you to come 5 minutes ago to feed your child. So when you get there and she already ate, it's because they already fed her because she's a baby and she needs to eat on schedule. You big dummy.
No, I was trying not to have a C-section. But yeah, y'all, look how I'm walking.
Look how I'm walking. Look how I'm walking.
I do better and better every time I get up. I'm so proud of myself. When I had a C-section with Robin, I healed in 3 days. But I'm a lot older now, so give me a minute. I love you guys. Yeah, her birthday's August 5th. I might be back tonight or tomorrow. But anyway, I had to do this and I had to come to this hospital. Honestly, guys, I wish I could have had my baby in Texas because I like Texas hospitals more. I will say that. They're more holistic out there. You would think they would be more holistic in California, but they're not. But I've noticed that
they're holistic. So they're slower centered. Is that what you're saying? Exactly. You're absolutely right. She comes right back live. Okay, comes right back live. Yes, and we're gonna catch her. Why he here looking like sleep. I was numb for over a year. I feel like my thing is still my tummy has never been right. Okay. Is she even producing milk? I think the first day she said colostrum, but there's milk coming in. She's busy. She's busy over here running her mouth. She's probably filming videos.
That the hospitals in Texas listen to you more. They let you run your own show.
Look, California is a very different state, and California also may have a lot more lawsuits. We don't know who's got more hospital suits, California or Texas. I'm going to just go on a limb and say California. It's a bigger state. I mean, they're both equally big, but um I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like um California's not playing, maybe Texas, maybe there's some bandwidth to allow you to think you're making more decisions. At the end of the day, once you check into an institution, you are at their mercy. They may have you thinking you are in charge and you have more say, but baby, at the end of the day, you don't. Okay. These hospitals run under federal, national, and state guidelines and also just the rules of that particular hospital system, and you may just have a system that may want you to feel that you are more in control than you actually are, but go in there with some shenanigans and see how it goes.
But here they wanted to run their
this
show.
this hospital may just not be playing with you. They're not playing with you. They're not. You showed up with Kailani a couple of days ago. You came in there demanding induction. Like you've been a problem for a whole week. Okay, you've been a problem for a whole entire week, and now that they helped you and delivered your baby, now you got all kinds of shit to talk.
And I'm just all of the negativity.
They're definitely documenting her. Girl, they probably got the camera on in the room.
Positivity. My baby's healthy. She's born. She's here. I'm good. We just have to heal. We have to heal from this experience. It wasn't the best.
They're watching her talk to the phone.
But this is where I wanted to be, around my family. Like having my family come today, and my dad's gonna come, my cousins are gonna come the next day. It's like that means something to me. Like it's different and it's new, and I like being around my family for this birth. Do I wish that the hospital was better and the doctors were better?
Didn't they call you 10 minutes ago to come to feed the baby? That's why you're in the shit list with the doctors right now. Girl, Lambo is out. Lambo is sleeping.
Yes, but it is what it is. You realize you're high risk.
Look at her bracelet. See how it says risk? Hold on. But I think that's the one that said fall risk.
I was not high risk at all, actually. Oh, you guys are mad. You got people mad in the comments, honey. But no, I wasn't high risk at all, actually. Me getting a C-section and walking and doing everything that I'm doing right now, I even realize even more. I'm such a healthy ass bitch. Like, girl, okay. And I'm 36. If I could pop, lock, and drop it for y'all, I would, but I can't. I love you guys. Mwah. Shout out to you guys, though. I love y'all. And I gotta go feed my baby. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully she's in here tonight or in the morning for sure.
Okay, hold on. Uh,
Ew. What is this? Hold on, guys. All right, y'all, I'm back. I went to feed my baby. Okay, they served me dinner. I don't know if I should order or if I should just eat this. They gave me soup. Hi, Erin. Hi, everyone. I hate you had a bad experience. I know. I hate that too, baby. But I'm just gonna. What is this? I'm just gonna.
how all of a sudden everyone coming to see you, but they didn't come visit anyone at your mother's house when you arrived in Los Angeles? Hold on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Barbara. Hello, Shirley. This is Barbara. Okay. Hello, Liv. This is Barbara. We calling you out on your bullshit. How all of a sudden does everybody coming to see your ass, but didn't come visit you at your mother's house? Can you tell us that? Because she's lying, Barbara.
Stay positive, and I'm
She's
just,
lying.
I'm just
Clock
thanking
it,
God for all the
Barbara.
blessings, because
Okay,
I don't
clock
want
it.
to. D said order. I do want to order something. I haven't ordered something since I've been here. Hold on, let me see.
Clock that tea.
Like yesterday, I wasn't allowed to eat anything. Where's the salt? Yesterday I couldn't eat anything, and today my mom brought me food.
She
My
packed
aunt
the
got me breakfast, and
faja in
then she was here
her
first, and then
birthday
my
bag.
mom brought me lunch, and I
And
still have some of
already
that lunch.
talking
Maybe I'll eat
about
that
getting a
instead.
tummy tuck because she's
And what's up with this milk?
she is unfortunate
I don't even like milk.
dummy. No flowers, no balloons, no
But I might
cards,
order something. I might. I'm gonna see. Here's some
no.
salt.
You know how you get the little teddy bear? You get either the teddy bear or the little baby. We've still got it around here somewhere. It's either in Farrah's room or it's in my office. I feel like Farrah handed it to me recently because she was kind of like, okay. It looks like so they have all the different flavors. They got, kind of brown skin, light brown. They got all the complexions, and it's like a little baby girl or little baby boy, and it's got the ribbons that come down, and you write the baby's name, what time were they born, some random facts, right? My sister-in-law came in the door with one of those. Okay. Flowers, cards, all the things. You know what I mean? Like your boo. I mean, if this guy so allegedly the man's calling, right? She said the man was calling her, the baby father, which I'm sure that's a lie. How is he calling you and hasn't sent you some flowers yet? You've been at the hospital now for 24 hours. You had the baby, you're on live stream. Obviously, he knows. Maybe she hadn't told him where she's at, but you would think somebody would have sent her something, right? Somebody who cares about you might have been staying in the room, right?
I need to be at the hospital for 4 days.
She says she
Yes,
has to stay for 4 days.
4 days. It's crazy. But
She's going to need a tranquilizer by this afternoon. She's going to need they're going to have to put something in her soup or her chili to calm her ass down by I give her by 6 o'clock Pacific. 6 o'clock Pacific, they're going to say, we're going to give you a little something, okay? We're going to give you a little something so you can calm down. But I got to feed the baby. No, don't worry about it. We got the baby. We got the baby. We got her because we're giving her formula anyway because you're too busy going live. You're too busy going live. So we got the baby. Don't worry about it. You go to sleep.
Yeah. Baby girl is in the NICU because she was having oxygen problems. Whatever. That's what they say. So it's fine. Her oxygen was low and she needed help breathing. That's what they said. So she's not on the oxygen machine anymore. She's breathing all by
Oh,
herself.
push gift? Are you kidding?
They're
The
keeping
push
her there
gift is her
now to
getting to stay
monitor
at
her
her
sugar
mom's rent
levels.
free.
Because you know how it's very confusing and it's frustrating. Because they told me yesterday when I had her, like when I went over there, I was up watching last night.
So the aunt that she's talking about, is that the same lady who said that she can't stand her sister and that her sister has a crazy daughter and that they stole the mom's house from up under her and they put the mom in a home, and that if Stella were like an axe murderer, mom would still favor her over her? That lady from Facebook, is that who she's talking about? That's who Olivia says was coming to come see her, and the cousin who doesn't like her either. Because I was like, maybe maybe Stella has another sister, because those people on Facebook don't fuck with you.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm gonna have to go back and see if they have posted anything, but I don't think them people like you like that, sis.
Because I was in the NICU at 11. I was there from 12 to 2 a.m. And I was just holding her and rocking her. And they had told me yesterday, they're like, oh yeah, your baby, she was on the lowest dose of oxygen last night. So they were like very confident that today she would be off of it and I could bring her in my room. So I was excited this morning when I woke up. And then I get there and they're like, oh, we want to monitor her for 6 hours. And she's on, what's the stuff they give us in our IV? What's the stuff that they give us? Because they're giving it to her. Fluids, some type of fluids. I forgot exactly what it's called.
Electrolytes?
They've been giving her fluids through her IV, and they're saying that they want to lower it gradually so her sugar levels don't crash. Okay, I'm breastfeeding. I want to breastfeed. So I told them, well,
but that has nothing to do with, I mean, they could be giving her, she said they're giving her fluids. So obviously, I mean, maybe they're giving her electrolytes, but they could also, I mean, they wouldn't be giving her insulin like that unless they have her on an insulin drip, which they could have her on some sort of a drip because she's talking about blood sugars. I mean, look, everybody doesn't end up with a baby in the NICU. Like, God bless, because I'm sure it's very scary when your baby is over there in the NICU, especially if the baby has severe problems. But at the end of the day, the baby's in there with oxygen and being monitored with fluids. There are children in there in absolute distress. So you better be grateful that your child is not in some of that condition, because there's people out here in agony right now because their kids are not doing well, and yours is in getting oxygen. Be grateful, like, rather than complaining. She's so stupid.
She doesn't need to eat that much. You know how newborns don't eat that much? They just get colostrum.
Girl, some are not. Everyone is not getting colostrum. Some people are getting formula.
And they usually lose, a pound or ounces, a couple ounces, whatever, when they're first born anyway. But since she's in the NICU and they're very strict.
They don't lose weight because of colostrum or formula. They lose weight because they have excessive water. They start peeing. And I mean, they just spent all those months in utero. So they are now, that's why when babies come out, also, they are peeing almost right away. They're releasing a lot of fluids and all of those things. But you're not available to feed your child because you're busy on the internet and running your mouth and complaining and trying to steal the baby out the NICU.
I'm learning. They don't want her to lose any weight. Okay,
they're giving her dextrose. Well, they're probably concerned. Dextrose. Okay. Excuse my typo. I was saying that Olivia is trying to make herself look likable. Yeah, I think that's when she puts those glasses on to try to change her look and distract that she's got a damn tattoo over her eye.
her to lose an ounce. And I'm just like, she's already a big baby and it's normal for a baby. Like, let everything just happen naturally now. But they're like, no, she has to keep her sugar levels like this, da, 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 da. And they won't let her leave until they wean her completely off of the fluids. And I'm not making enough milk yet, obviously, because I just had her yesterday. So we're doing breastfeeding and formula. That way she doesn't lose an ounce, you guys. I know it's normal for the baby to drop weight. Yes, it is. But they don't care about that. They keep saying, well, we're not the hospital. We don't go by their guidelines. We go by the NICU guidelines. Okay, babe. Well, you want her to gain weight while she's in here, I guess. I think it's all like a money thing. But whatever. Don't let me tell it. I'm just going to stay positive. They're lowering her fluids right now.
And it's not like they can't find her channel. All you have to do is put Olivia Nicole Johnson. I'm gonna just venture to guess if you put Olivia's name into Google, her channel will come right up. And if it doesn't, it's the reaction channels. You have no money. Okay, say it one more time, SC Diva. Girl, you are indigent, and you're getting a dose of. I don't want to say that that's how they treat Medi-Cal patients, but if you come in there with a fucking attitude, you could have written a check for $1 million and they still gonna have you're not going to jeopardize people's licenses and hospitals' licenses and accreditations. You're not coming in to dismantle the program and people's jobs, and nobody wants to be in court talking to your ridiculous ass lawyers. Okay. Her grandmother wrote a beautiful Facebook message to the cousin on her birthday, but not one word from Granny on Liv's birthday because they don't like her.
So, hopefully in the morning, she can come and be with me. But yeah, that's why she's in the NICU, guys, because they're monitoring how much she eats. They want her to stay fat. And that's fine, but my argument was,
wait till they find out that you're a Scientologist and that you make that wackadoodle milk. Wait till they find that out. I'm sure it'll come out because Stella will be like, I make a special formula at my house. We make the Scientology Celebrity Center formula at the house. And what is let me see what it is. What's the recipe again? All you have to do is look it up. Hold on. Let's see. Scientology. I'd never heard of such a thing until her. Scientology baby formula. Scientology baby formula, commonly known as barley formula, is a homemade infant feeding mixture created by Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. The recipe combines boiled barley water, homogenized cow milk, and corn syrup. I said it like that, syrup. Girl, carbs. You're feeding all carbs and a little bit of cow milk. Okay? It's barley water, homogenized cow milk, and corn syrup. Hubbard claimed it was a natural alternative to commercial products based from practices from ancient Rome. Okay.
she can stay fat in here. You guys can still monitor her. I'm down the hallway from you. No, once you leave the NICU, we don't monitor you.
Yeah, no, they don't. NICU is its own unit, just like the emergency room. Emergency room isn't coming to see you upstairs. Emergency room operates downstairs. That's it. NICU has its own thing. There's just separate parts of the hospital, and they're not coming. NICU handles critical patients, just like the ICU handles critical patients. Once you are discharged from the ICU, you might be on the step down unit or medical recovery, and that's it. And then you're home. Once you are discharged from those special units, you're done with them. And then you go to the next situation.
The hospital now monitors the baby.
Sounds like Keisha and her German milk. She looks like she wants to hurt somebody.
You leave the NICU, we don't monitor you. The hospital now monitors the baby. And they're pediatricians. They're not intensive care. I'm like, but my baby doesn't need intensive care.
Well, if your baby is in the NICU, they have a neonatologist looking in on them. And so it's a critical care unit, it's a critical care doctor. Okay?
You're monitoring her eating, and she's eating. She's taking my boob and she's taking the bottle. Like, she just ate a lot.
They're not going to sit and waste time talking to you when the doctor was trying to talk to you and you were too argumentative and the doctor just told you needed to talk to the social worker. The doctor already is done with you.
Whatever. She's a day old, but they're like, oh, but she's 40 weeks. Okay, whatever. Like, girl. Okay, him.
And the doctor left and went downstairs and jumped in their Panamera and went home to go take a dip in the pool and go to sleep. Okay? She doesn't care. She's done. She did her job. She delivered your baby and handed the baby off to the NICU. And ma'am is at her house relaxing from the interaction she had with your ass.
I got into it with the doctor today. That's why he was like, you need to just talk to the social worker. Because I was trying to take her out of the NICU.
Listen to this. She tried to run the baby out the NICU. Do you imagine with her big, thick knees? Okay. Just having surgery. She tried to take the baby. What was she wheeling the baby out in the cart?
With the doctor today. That's why he was like, you need to just talk to the social worker. Because I was trying to take her out of the NICU.
So she had the female doctor. She said she had a female doctor deliver the baby. The baby goes to the NICU. Now it's a male neonatologist in the NICU. And he's trying to talk to her to tell her what's going on with the baby. She's trying to take the baby out the NICU. And he tells her she needs to now talk to the social worker because he's done. I don't blame him.
Because I was trying to take her out of the NICU. Like against what they
orders.
Think I should do. Because it's my baby and whatever. But then they want to pull that. Well, if the physician is saying that the baby needs this, this, and this, and you're going against the physician, then are you using your better judgment? Okay. Okay. Well, whatever. Monitor her feed.
She's lucky at this point they're even letting her come into the NICU. Because they could tell her, no, the baby's not ready for you to come in yet. We'll have you pump and we'll use the milk. But you can come tomorrow at 7:00. Because she could have a whole entire crew that's like, no. And she'd have to come at shift change the next day. They could have told her, don't come. Stay in your room and rest.
I'm not worried about the this and this if it's only oxygen. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I was saying. She got admitted into the NICU for her oxygen. She's not on the oxygen machine anymore. So now it's like, bruh, let her go. She can eat. She's eating fine. They see that she's eating fine. She just took a whole 30 ounces? Like this much formula down. And before that, she was drinking my boob. Like
she said 30 ounces. Olivia, do you know what 30 ounces is, you weirdo? 30 ounces is damn near 4 cups. That's almost 4 cups, you weirdo. Maybe 3 ounces? 30 ounces? I don't think so.
Baby's eating. Whatever. So if she comes back in this room and she's a bowl, don't be like, dang, Liv. That's them. They're not telling you. What? Well, you guys, they make money off of our babies being in the NICU too. That's a
They don't make money off of Medi-Cal. They're just covering costs for you being there.
I'll have my baby in the morning. She said they're going to wean her off tonight from the fluids.
Notice she hasn't, I don't think she's been live yet, right? I don't think she has the baby yet. They probably had to give her some Ativan. She did take a picture with the baby last night, um, and posted it, but she hasn't been live yet with the kid, and she probably is fucking beside herself at this moment. Stella probably has to come and talk her down.
They could just take that shit off. They don't even need her on it. But whatever. They are, oh, she doesn't have fluid on the lungs. They're not going to tell you that. Why not? Why not tell me that? They didn't say nothing about fluid on the lungs. But if that's the reason, they should just tell me that. They haven't said nothing about her lungs. Take this time for you. You guys, it's so hard dealing with the separation.
It's not the separation, it's the control. You're a fucking narc. You're a narc. It's not the separation. It's that empty bassinet behind you and the fact that you want to show the baby off to the internet. You had almost 1,000 people in your live yesterday and you got real excited about that. And you want to show the baby off to the internet and you're a fucking narc. That's what it is.
It's so hard. Like, talk about postpartum depression. Like, are they trying to start up my postpartum depression? Like, no, you don't go 9-10 months with your baby inside of you and then you're automatically separated. No. Maybe you should ask about her lungs. Her lungs are fine. If she had a lung issue, they would tell me. Don't you think? Trust me, they would tell me that quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I would shut the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with her. All they keep telling
I
me.
love that Loyalty Gang is getting their ass served right now because they're a bunch of dummies. Because Liv will turn on you in a minute. That's the one thing. If you've been watching Liv since we were all watching Liv way down at the beginning when Ryan was a baby, you know, she was so mean and nasty. Okay. And then when that third wall busted down, when Niecy came to the scene, the first to expose and kind of confirm what we knew about her, but we only kind of had to speculate because we really didn't know. Baby, she lost her shit. She's losing her shit right now. I guarantee it.
Is they want her to eat.
Well, because they're not sure that maybe she didn't have adequate nutrition in utero. Maybe they feel like she needs that. Maybe because you were eating Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and she was born with a high blood sugar, they want to keep her eating because that would be too much of a shock to her system to have her just be on formula. Plus, your diet isn't regulated yet. They don't know what the fuck is going on with you. That might be another reason why they want to supplement your milk with formula, because they can kind of gauge a little better what the child is going to be, what in the nutrition the child is getting. And don't think for a minute they didn't do a drug test on the baby just to make sure, because they don't know you. They don't know you and you're acting weird. You're acting weird and they don't know you. So I'm sure they're probably checking everything before they release this baby to you, because that's what they're required to do. You are what's called an unknown patient. They don't know you. With a history of just showing up to emergency rooms to deliver babies.
I'm sure someone knows you there. Girl, I don't care if somebody does know me.
Girl, whatever it is that they fed her, she is chowing down, okay?
You guys act like I'm not a regular person. I'm not a celebrity, y'all.
Well, she's getting 4 days because she had surgery. She had a C-section, but she's walking around like she didn't. And once the drugs wear off, she's probably in bed today in a lot of pain. She was walking around yesterday because she's still numb. She had all that epidural and she probably had some pain medication from the night before. And she's probably really feeling it today. So yeah, she gets 4 days because she had a C-section. She's crazy. This woman is absolutely nuts. She probably could go after 3, but the fact that she's so unstable is probably why they'll keep her for 4, just for the baby.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, Jam Mom. Can you visit the baby? I just left from visiting the baby. I'm gonna go back at 8:30.
How about you say yes? Yes, I can. I'm feeding
Janet,
her.
thank you, baby. To feed her again, because she needs
Oh,
to eat so
thank you,
bad.
Miss
She's just
Essence.
famished
I
her 8-pound
appreciate
self.
that.
Okay. And then she keeps
Guys,
telling
say
me,
hi to our new friend. We have a new friend in the chat. Any other new friends? Speak now. But yes, we have a new friend. Everybody say hi to our new friend, Essence. Hey, boo. And thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we are talking about the shenanigans and our new friend, Barbara. Hey, Barbara. Only if you truly doesn't understand. Yes, she doesn't understand what's going on. That's why you need to ask lots of questions. Yes, I think the doctors respect well thought out, respectful questions. But when you are immediately pointing the finger, accusing them of not doing a good job, fleecing the system, stealing money, doing unneeded work, kind of being disrespectful. I mean, you've got doctors who studied for 12 to 15 years to be where they're at in front of you for their position alone, not to mention may have 10, 20 years of experience, 30 years, but let's just say 15 to 20 years of experience right in front of you. And you're being so nasty and so disrespectful. Ain't nobody got time for that. And you don't even have custody of all of your kids. They've already pulled your jacket and they know who they're dealing with. They're like, girl, I got 4 more babies to go tend to. Ain't nobody got time for you. Go to your room and sit down. You can go see your baby in the morning.
the big baby, she needs to eat more. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll feed her then. Let's feed her.
She's psychotic. Yes. Okay, so maybe that's the preeclampsia factored in or something.
Does she look like me? She's so pretty. Does she look like me? Y'all just want to know if she looks like that nigga. That's what y'all want to know.
She said you want to know if she looks like that nigga. Girl, we're gonna know if she look like that nigga in a minute. We know how to do the YouTube Streets DNA test. Come on now. That's our specialty.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Daddy a fool. That's my plate? Daddy a fool. Daddy.
Did you mention we want to know if she looks like that nigga? Well, we'll find out eventually. Right, Siggly? We gonna know soon enough. What'd you say? What'd I say? Hold on. Fran, she told her supporters, y'all just want to see what that baby look like because y'all want to know who the father is. Well, number one, we're not sending any gifts. Ain't nobody coming, ain't nobody going, ain't nobody sending. And really, ain't nobody caring. Okay. We just gonna be watching and laughing. Okay. We're gonna be watching and laughing. She's not on a maternity ward because you can't hear any babies crying in the background. Well, she does have a bassinet back there. I don't know if she's on a maternity floor or not. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they put her on a medical step down, or at the end of the hallway, look at it this way. They may have put her all the way down at the end or the unit that they don't really use anymore, or they might have put her with the, and let's face it, this is a common, any of you nurses, L&D, you guys know, if you've been on the floor, everybody's situation on the labor and delivery floor is not always a happy occurrence, right? She may be on that wing. She may be on the wing with the other mothers. Keep in mind, she might be on the floor or the wing where other people have their kids in the NICU. Think about it. They're not going to have her next door to the happy-go-lucky, I just had my baby, somebody's husband showing up with 3 dozens of roses and stuffed animals, and the kids are showing up. She don't have nobody with her. She has no boo. Mom's not there. Sister's not there. Daddy's not there. Nobody's sending anything. Nobody's coming. And the baby's in the NICU and she's acting a fool. They do not have her next door to people that are happy and celebrating and all of those things. They have her on that other wing where it's the struggle wing, where other babies are in the NICU and all the moms just need some quiet. That's why you're probably not hearing anything. I think she's where she's at, but I think she's on the L&D floor, but I think she's in a different segment because her baby's in the NICU and she needs to be watched. They're watching her because she tried to steal her baby from the NICU. So they have her tucked away on the E-wing. Okay. And the E-wing is the one where they have cameras in the rooms and they're watching you.
Does she look like me? Y'all just want to know if she looks like that nigga. That's what y'all want to know.
I want to know she look like that nigga. Okay. Yes, that's what we want to know.
Does she look like me? Y'all just want to know if she looks like that nigga. That's what y'all want to know. She looks like somebody. Y'all will see soon.
Bro, she is eating that meal. Okay. Thank you, pretty tough skin. Thank you, boo.
Praying for you. Thank you. I appreciate it, baby.
You're screaming, girl.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Well, she's on the struggle wing. We got to pray for the ladies on the struggle wing because sometimes the struggle wing, it might not be their fault. There could be lots of different circumstances. So pray for the mommies on the struggle wing, but she might be on the struggle wing because the bitch is batshit crazy. The other ones, they may have had a difficult pregnancy. Something may not have gone well, those kind of things. So, there is that area where things did not go as planned. Right. So
I'm just going to remain positive. Okay. I know I'm not blaming the NICU. I'm not going to blame anybody. Okay. Not even the doctor from the labor. It's okay. God has a special design and everything happens for a reason. Who knows? Maybe I did need the C-section. Maybe who knows what would happen if I didn't get the C-section. Maybe it was all in God's hands and God designed it exactly how he needed it to go. I'm okay with that. I've accepted everything. Even today I was crying about the NICU situation. I was like, Olivia.
Well, they definitely gave her some sort of medication, like some calm your ass down.
Everything's going to be fine. Okay. Just let them do what they want to do. They want to monitor her. Let them monitor her. I'm going to get my baby. Okay. I'm just going to be patient.
Greedy.
And let them run their tests, or it's really just a sugar test. They're just running her sugar. Let them run that.
If they're continuing, well, they'll check baby sugar and they'll do those heel sticks. Then they're going to take the baby to audiology. Don't they take the baby for the hearing test? They do a couple of things as they're assessing your baby to leave the hospital. But if they're continuing monitoring her sugar in the NICU, because this is like the second or third time she said it, she may have had gestational diabetes. She may have had untreated gestational diabetes. And they are checking her. They're checking her sugar multiple times for a reason. Now, the fact that Liv is not being treated for diabetes is strange to me, unless she has refused it.
Test, let her sugars stay up, and then I'll get my baby. Okay? And I'm going to stay positive. Okay? That's what we're going to do this whole experience. Even though somebody said in the comments, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. I'm not even going to call this a bad experience. I'm just going to be positive and grateful that we're both healthy and still alive, because that's all that matters. And she's so beautiful, you guys. She really is cute. She's a really cutie. Like, she surprised me. I'm like, oh. I'm like, you were in there that whole time? She's a cutie pie. My bet. Maybe that's why, because they didn't have my medical records. But they did have my medical records because the day of my birth.
Girl, you said it right the first time. They didn't have your medical records.
Maybe that's why, because they didn't have my medical records, but they did have my medical records because the day of my birth, which was yesterday, they called Texas and they got my medical records from the OB that I was going to there. So they actually did have my medical records. Like I said, you guys need to ask questions.
And well, the medical record was that you came for a pregnancy test and you came and we talked to you about your weight and we talked to you about coming back for your glucose tolerance test and you never showed up. That's your medical record.
Maybe that's why, because they didn't have my medical records, but they did have my medical records because
you see how she lies so quick. Let me put it back on a regular speed because it seemed like she recouped from that lie, from telling the truth real quick, but it's not, it wasn't as fast as you think. Because hold on.
Maybe that's why, because they didn't have my medical records, but they did have my medical records because the day of my birth, which was yesterday, they called Texas and they got my medical records from the OB that I was going to there. So they actually did.
I think she's lying. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. She wasn't going to a doctor. I just don't believe her at all.
Have my medical records. Like I said, you guys need to ask questions before you assume. Because yeah, they got my medical records from the hospital.
They asked a question. You just didn't like the question. And so
I mean, from the OB in Texas. They got my medical records from the hospital. I mean, from the OB.
Girl, she just can't get it out. They didn't have your medical records, but then they did have your medical records. And by the time that you had the baby, they had the medical records from the hospital. I mean, the doctor. Girl, stop lying. Stop lying. Anybody telling the truth would have just said, yes, they had it. They were able to get them the day before, the next day, and blah, 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 and that's it. You don't have to give a whole bunch of extra information when you're not lying. Only lies require next level description and information because you know you're lying and you want people to believe your fictitious ass story. Okay? Truth doesn't need a lot of explanation. Lies do. Because you have to try to what? Make it make sense.
In Texas. You know, they do have those.
Okay, so she keeps talking about it. She keeps talking.
And the first day I came here to this hospital, they did run tests. They got all my blood work and everything. So they had all my stuff. They weren't like in the dark. Like I was just a person walking off the street. No, they had already ran my blood work and everything. Because she told me the day of when I had her, they were like, oh, it's required that we have to give everyone a blood test, that we have to drug test them, blah, blah. I said, oh girl, they just did that the other day when I was in here. They got my blood and I signed the paper for her to do, you know, drug tests and everything else. She's like, oh, okay, let me go see. And she found it and it was there. So yeah, everything's fine. Everything worked out.
Girl, I'm not trying to be funny, but they probably thought she was a gangbanger. She got all these damn tattoos. They thought that she may have just finished doing 10 years in the state Department of Corrections. Liv is giving ex-con. She's giving gangbanger. She's giving, they definitely did a drug test.
Fine.
And really, not just because of her overall aesthetic, it's because she lies so much. Most people don't have to lie so much to operate in this world. Everything she says is a damn lie.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think she has actually even named the baby? According to her, she hadn't named the baby yet. Do you think the baby's now 2 days old? Or was a day old yesterday, right? It's 2 days old today. Don't you think that the NICU or the hospital is going to like, okay, it's been 2 days. There's no father showing up. Only mom is going to be on the birth certificate and they still have her as baby girl Johnson. That's problematic. Like they're going to, because most people spend a lot of time, usually the pregnancy, thinking about names. So usually within a day or two, it's rare that people take a long time to come up with a name, especially once the baby's born. They usually have it narrowed down. She definitely named her. You think so? She just needs to drag it out. Okay, so Mimi or whatever she said. Okay. Liv acts like the nurse couldn't see that she was there 2 days ago. They drew more blood. Yeah. Yeah, because things change. Things change day by day. Bet the baby's blood showing everything Liv was taking. Okay. And a high blood sugar, obviously. They're monitoring the baby's blood sugar a lot. Um she didn't have any records because she didn't go to any prenatal appointments. Right. What happened to the stress test she had scheduled? Oh, I don't care who tells it. A drug test is not required in California, typically for new moms. Okay. They gave her a drug test because she probably came in unable to articulate herself as a woman her age should be able to, and it was a red flag, so they probably went ahead and just did a street drug panel on her. Girl. Street drugs, and they probably just did like a 15 including street drugs and certain pills and opiates and things of that nature.
The day of. No, it was a short notice. It definitely was, but it's not like they were handed my
aunt left the hospital with no name. I guess my grandmother wasn't too happy being pregnant. Well, again, that's not everybody though. People do leave and take their time to name babies, but it's rare. I think it's just rare. I don't have numbers, but I just think it's rare. It doesn't mean that people weren't happy. It just means that they just left without a name. I'm just wondering if she named her baby. But people who don't name their babies right away, I don't think that's everyone. I feel my gut is that people kind of prepare their whole pregnancy to know what they're going to name their baby, and usually they leave with the baby's name. Some people don't leave with the baby's name. So I don't know. I don't know if she was happy or not, but I'm sure Auntie ended up with a name eventually, right? So it all worked out. I just, that's just my thought.
My stuff from the other hospital, and I had a long list of issues. I had no pregnancy issues. I didn't have preeclampsia. I didn't have anything.
How would you know if you had preeclampsia? What is that she's eating? Is that chili?
You know what I mean? Yeah. The cornstarch craving went away. I don't even think about cornstarch anymore.
Was she eating soap?
Oh, what did you say, Tasha? I'm sorry. You don't have my Instagram?
Was she eating soap for real? I know she was eating cornstarch, but was she eating soap? Wow. My aunt is the second born, and yes, her name is Denise. Oh, wow. That's nice. I have a good friend named Denise.
I'm sorry, babe.
Oh, pot roast.
You
Okay.
get your tunes done.
The cornstarch.
My tube's tied? No. I was saying that.
I wonder if the cornstarch had an effect on I'm sure it probably did. They said the cornstarch is terrible for you. Okay, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. That would have filtered right into the baby. So yeah, maybe that's what's wrong with the baby. The excessive carbs through the cornstarch. Although we order it in the panel, they can decline and nothing will be done.
I was like, y'all might as well just tie my tubes. They were like, we can't because you didn't sign the paper. I didn't sign the paper.
So you challenge them to tie your tubes, even though you made a conscious decision to not sign the paper. You see how she tries to create situations. So had they tied her tubes, she would have had a lawsuit. I feel like Liv is the type of person, she is just waiting for an opportunity to call a lawyer and file a lawsuit. This lady wants a come up. She wants a come up so bad.
But the way that they cut my uterus, she said that from now on, if I ever get pregnant again, I will have to have a C-section. And I said, girl, don't worry. I'm never getting pregnant again.
Girl, bye.
You don't have to worry about that. Okay? Fuck no. Okay? I know I said that before. But no. I will never put my body through this again. I'm done. I got my 6, I got my 4, and I got my 2, and I'm good. No. The answer is no. No, the baby doesn't have a name. They were just asking me that in the NICU. Let me be real with y'all. I do have a name.
Are you Denise also,
And the
Miss
name
Didi?
just, like, when I look at her, that's her name. I know I get to sleep on my belly. But I don't know. I just don't know. But I love it. It's so her. It's her. The name is her. I even called her that today. And it's like, is that her name? I guess that's her. I think that's her name.
What did she say, Mimi?
Okay, so this is some type of cheesecake.
She's gonna pretend like she doesn't like it. Oh, okay.
My lashes? I know, bro. I've been crying. It was just a hell of an experience. I didn't think it was gonna go down like that, but because you guys know how against C-section I was. What is your pain level C-section recovery? My pain level right now is probably like a 5 or a 4. You know, it was bad. It was worse last night, but they gave me enough stuff.
Okay, like okay, walk by faith.
Ibuprofen. They gave me liquid Tylenol.
Dolicia, is that it? Dolicia, that's pretty.
Thank you, Janet.
She sleeps on her stomach, is what she
100%.
said. Girl, she's ridiculous.
No, I haven't been able to dress her in any clothes. No, and I can't wait to dress her in her little cute clothes.
These people are stupid. She said she had, this is yesterday, y'all. She's just had the baby and the baby's in the NICU. And someone asked her, was she able to dress the baby? The babies are naked in the NICU. They're in their little situation, and they've got heating lamps. It's nice and warm, and they're in a diaper. They need to have access to the child's body at all times. They don't have time to put on a whole sleeper set and that foolishness. Loyalty Gang is a bunch of dummies, okay? She said, so this is the thing. She said that she didn't sign the consent form, but when they had her open, I guess they said, I think she said something like, well, you may as well go ahead and give me a C-section. They said no, because you didn't sign the form. And it's like, girl, if you wanted a C-section, why didn't you just, your tube's tied, why didn't you just ask for it? Why didn't you sign the papers? She wants to play around and have baby number 7 and baby number 8. Girl, I believe she could actually go to number 9. I do. I really think now that she made it to 6, which I'm still surprised she got to 6, I totally can see her get to 9.
Yeah, recovery is hard.
She's only 35, and Liv doesn't want to work. She doesn't have career aspirations. She can't make it through beauty school. She can't make it through programs that, she didn't make it through high school, so I'm sure it's probably a little harder for her. But at the end of the day, this woman just wants to have babies, because I think that's her investment into the future, are these kids. But she treats her kids so bad, none of them are ever going to take care of her. You think the Webb kids are going to take care of her before they take care of their dad or go see about Antonisha and Antonisha's people? They don't know you, Liv. These kids are successful. They're going to see about their dad and their stepmom, and all they're going to remember is that their mom took off and went to California with their 3 half siblings that they really probably don't have too much to do with. Okay. AJ and Kailani, God only knows. And this new baby, my prediction is that she's going to go back to Texas. She's going to leave the 3 kids with grandma and grandpa. And I don't know if she's going to go back and get them or not, but I suspect that she's going to go back to Texas, because she's going to have to. There's going to be court. There's going to be something she has to go to for the Webb kids, because she's basically abandoned them at this point. So she probably needs to go to court soon. She's going to leave the kids, and she's going to want to be back in Texas, because she's already thinking about Gamer Bay. She posted his picture when she went to the hospital. She wants to get some dick. She's going to get pregnant again. She didn't have a C-section, and she'll get pregnant again. In 6 months, we'll be talking about Liv is pregnant, and it'll go from 7, 8, and 9. And she might leave those 3 kids. Stella and grandpa might be like, no, you can't take the kids. You're too unstable. Stella's going to end up with those 3 kids. Mark my words.
Oh, are you happy you have your body back? Yeah, I have my body back, but now I have to heal from this
I'm
damn
just
cyst.
saying, you know what I'm saying? It's just a prediction. It's not set in stone. I feel like it's just a prediction, but it would not surprise me because we don't know Stella's husband, and they already took care of the 2 kids while Liv was in jail, and for a month or 2, whatever that was. They had the kids for like 2 months. Now the kids are back again, and they might feel some type of way. And Liv is not stable. She doesn't have a residence. She is goofy as hell, and they might fight her.
Section. But it's okay. I feel like, honestly, feel like I'm halfway there. I just need the pain to go down, and I need to take it easy. I know that I cannot start working out next week. I think by the end of this week, I'll be good. Like, I'll be able to walk and do whatever I need to do, but like without pain. But ain't no way
I hope Olivia goes and gets on that damn treadmill. I hope she goes running. Go wherever you go, Peak Fitness, whatever it is. Go ahead and start running on that damn C-section and see what happens.
I'm getting on a treadmill next week. I'm gonna have to wait probably like
Go.
2 more weeks.
We're gonna be
Because I don't want
watching.
to
Go
damage
ahead.
anything, and I don't want to have to. Ugh, girl, I've heard horror stories of.
Girl, if he won't let her put a nail in the wall, what do you think? You think he's gonna let her run out with these kids and him and Stella been taking care of these babies for her? She's over there running up the electricity bill, sitting on damn live stream. He can't walk around in his underwear anymore. Are you kidding me? That he getting ready to put his foot down? Absolutely. I totally agree.
No, I'm scared. So I'm just gonna take it easy, let my body fully heal, and then there, we're done. We're done with the experience. It took you a month to fully recover. Yeah. Can you visit her? Y'all keep asking me that. Yes, I can visit her. Y'all, I just left the NICU. I've been visiting her all day. That's why I keep walking back and forth. Like they wheelchaired me in the morning, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna walk the rest of the days. And I have been. And every time I walk by, the nurse is like, oh my God, you're doing so good. I'm just like, girl, I have to. What the hell? I don't want to be wheelchaired. No, I'm gonna walk. And walking
Girl,
faster.
she gonna be peeing in her pants. She gonna have the prolapse uterus. She'll have the unstable bladder, and she'll have to go back and get that mesh. She'll have to get that mesh to hold up her bladder so she stops peeing in her pants. Liv, keep playing with these people. Keep playing with your body. You gonna be peeing in your pants. Your bladder is gonna be floating, and your uterus is gonna be dripping down through your vaginal canal. So keep playing around, and uterus is going to be coming down through the vag, and you're not gonna be able to hold your urine. Okay. Keep playing.
I'm holding you to it. What do you mean?
Okay, girl, she gonna have to get a bladder swing. Girl, a bladder swing. She gonna have to get a bladder slang.
I know C-sections are terrifying. Like when they were like, oh God, y'all, I'm so serious. I was on that operating table and I was like, girl, I might just die. Like I really might die right now.
Girl,
Because they were really like
men are low
freaking
key
out
set in
not
their
get the baby.
ways.
Like, and I'm just
Men are
tired.
set in their ways, and decent ones don't like to see slores fucking around with the kids, especially if they may have had a questionable mom. If that man had a questionable mom or a wonderful mom, one way or the other, he probably doesn't have a lot of respect for Olivia, and he's going to be looking to Stella to put her damn foot down because he knows that Raquel handles business. At least she's not calling every 5 minutes for help, and she's got a husband, she's in a stable relationship, and she doesn't bother them. They can deal with Raquel on some pleasure, right? Olivia, they might be like, you know what, girl, just go live your life and get your shit together.
Open and oh my, I can't even imagine the scene because I couldn't see shit.
Okay. I feel like this is almost done. I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh my God, I bet that was like a horrific scene. Because then when I was all sewed up and they transferred me, I looked back, oh my God, there was blood everywhere. I was like, oh my God. No.
Well, let's hope he's not.
Let's hope he's not.
Let's hope he's not.
I was gonna say my
Because
prayers
these
now.
kids have been traumatized
Oh my
enough.
God, I swear to God, y'all. But I made it out, so we're good. I just never heard doctors and nurses freaking the fuck out like that. Like they were really terrified. Like, bruh, you guys are supposed to like keep your cool. Like they were like, I can't get the baby. Like, oh my God, I've never heard them freak out like that. Like they were really scared. Like, y'all supposed to keep your cool so you don't. I'm awake. Like I can hear y'all. You know what I mean? Did my life flash before my eyes? No, it didn't, actually. I was very peaceful. Like, whatever the fuck he put in my epidural, he said it was something stronger than epidural medicine. But whatever the fuck he put in that medicine, I was so calm. Like, I couldn't even freak out. I was just laying there like, bitch, if I die right now, like, this is crazy.
They gave her a lot of food.
I don't know how to explain it. It was a weird experience. And it was so much added to it because the doctors were freaking the fuck out. But okay, whatever. It was all fine.
2028 pregnancy
Maybe I had a
loading.
spinal. Maybe he put the same fluid in it. Maybe. But it was just an epidural needle and like a catheter in me. Or maybe he put the same fluid in there. I don't know. He said it was going to be stronger than the epidural fluid. So.
Yeah, she'll have another 3.
I couldn't wiggle my toes. And honestly, maybe it was the spinal fluid because at some point my hands were getting numb too. But, and then when they were cutting me open, my stomach was twitching. She was like, "Are you just twitching? What's going on here?" I said, "I don't know, girl. You're the one cutting me open." I could feel the twitching though. That was weird. But I couldn't feel her cutting me open. Ugh. Girl. Whew. It was crazy. It was insane. It was insane. But I'm happy it's over. Thank God. And I need to heal my body. And honestly,
2 meals. Okay, that makes sense.
For anything I want to do future on my body. Like if I want to get any mommy makeovers, any
She has literally been sitting and eating for 30 minutes. Now we know she is breastfeeding according to her, even though I don't see the breastfeeding machine. Because the hospital breastfeeding machine is like a damn contraption. We don't see it, but maybe it's on the other side of the camera. But she has legit been sitting there eating for 30 minutes. And she has been eating good. Like she's been taking spoonfuls of food, eating bread, eating cake, drinking, putting food on crackers. I mean, ma'am, you're eating a lot of food. You have not stopped eating for almost 30 minutes.
I'm gonna have to get my body cut open again. So this was just practice.
She says she's getting a mommy makeover.
Because what do you think having a tummy tuck feels like, y'all? When you have a tummy tuck, an extended tummy tuck, they cut you all the way around. Ooh, wait, honey. And I want me one of those, so gotta do what you gotta do. Somebody dropped down in my chat and said the tummy tuck was like the worst experience of her life. Ooh. But I feel like if I can heal from a C-section pretty good, I could probably heal from a tummy tuck real good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She doesn't have any money, but it's like but you don't have no money. You don't have to worry about a tummy tuck or a mommy makeover because you don't even have the coins to pay for child support. Where are you going to get $10,000 and $15,000? And you got bad credit, so Affirm or Care Credit aren't going to give it to you. So really, she's just talking.
Tummy tucks are painful. Ooh. Can anybody compare the two? Girl, there's so many deaths behind mommy makeovers now. Girl, I'm scared too, but I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna get one. Give me a nice little tummy tuck, honey. There are deaths, you guys, but there's deaths behind everything. You just gotta stay positive. All the tummy tuck stories end up in death? Oh my God. Guys, don't scare me. I don't know. That's just terrifying. I really could have just bled out and died yesterday. Ugh, that's terrifying to think about. But I didn't, so. All glory goes to God. Yeah, that was awful with Jackie. But Jackie got a BBL. I think that's what she got, y'all. Tummy tucks make you feel tight forever. Yeah, but your body eventually loosens up, right? Like, it's not uncomfortable. Forever. Oh, she said the C-section was way worse. Whew. Dang. You just need to do your research and go to some record. Exactly. I still tear up about you. I know. I do too. Like when I go and look at her page and her babies, that shit makes me cry too. Because I swear, one day she was alive and well with her babies, the next she was gone. Like, that is such a sad story. Such a sad story.
Who is Jackie,
But
that lady?
BBLs, I know.
The white lady who got on TikTok and her husband took her to get the BBL and she passed away. Is that the one, the most recent? I mean, I don't know.
It's extremely dangerous. And that's why I don't want them. That's why I don't want a BBL. It's okay. I have a little booty. Little booties matter too. I don't think I have a little booty, but I don't want a BBL. That's too scary. But I think she did get a mommy makeover, but I thought she got a BBL too. Let me look it up. No, I'm not. You guys, I'm telling you right now, I don't need a tubal. I'm telling you guys right now. The fact that she told me if I ever have another baby, I will have to get a C-section. On top, number one, I don't want any more kids, okay? Number two, I understand that I've said this before, but I'm being for real, okay? Number three, I'm not having another C-section. I'm not doing it. I'm not put. That's a litter. That surgery is so terrifying, deadly. Like anything could happen. I'm not putting my body through this shit. Even though my body's doing really good, I'm actually really proud of you, body. But still, no, I don't want to go through this anymore. And I don't want any more kids. 6 is good. I don't need 7 kids. What the fuck I need 7 kids for? Shit. A lot of people say I don't need 6 kids. Shit. But God thought I did. My whole thing is, you guys already know how I got pregnant. We've already talked about this. Okay. I thought men weren't out here trying to trap bitches, and they are. I thought that was like a woman thing. I thought women did that petty shit, but men do it too. And you can't trust men for nothing. It's not even like I was trusting him. I was just, you have to think of it like this. You're a woman, he's a man. You guys both don't want a baby.
I mean, she got people out here thinking that hospital food is the business. I mean, she is really, she's really eating, huh? Oh, Jackie. Okay, that Jackie. Okay, my bad. I know who you're talking about now. B Simone's friends with everybody. B Simone's friend. Yes, I know who you're talking about, Jackie O. Okay.
It's not even like I was trusting him.
Girl, my brain just went to the last TikToker that I heard who passed away. So yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
You have to think of it like this. You're a woman, he's a man. You guys both don't want a baby. So you think that a man's gonna do the right thing and not get you pregnant. But when you're dealing with a hurt little boy,
she literally had to have 2 trays.
He's gonna do whatever he wants to do because he's in his.
When do you sit and eat for 32 minutes? Even when you go out to dinner? I don't know. I mean, she's eating a lot of food for a long time. That's a lot of eating she's doing right now. Like she's legit mealing.
Feelings, and he knows he can't keep a bad bitch like you. So the only thing he can do is get you pregnant to see if he can keep you that way.
They gave her all that bread and cake and hot roast and chili.
You ain't gonna trap me, honey. I don't give a fuck if I do have your baby.
Girl, this was a whole mukbang.
Deuces, okay? Me and my baby finna roll that on your ass. Fuck out of here. Trying to trap me.
Lammy, come here.
These niggas are so, they really think like, once you're my baby mama, you're mine forever. Like they can just have their way with you for the rest of their life. Like, ew. Look, I thought this was. Thank you for my baby. Bye. I know it takes 2. I know. I should have wore a condom. I should have wore a motherfucking condom, bitch. But I didn't, and we're here, okay? I don't regret it though, because my baby is so fucking perfect and cute and just squishy. And I love her so much. I love her so much. How can we have a baby and then just love them so much? Like, what the hell? Whew. Thank you. So what do you want to do for birth control? Not have sex. Stay very far away from DICK. Very far away from it.
Girl, bye.
One of them out there is disease. I'm good.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I look at men, they're disgusting. Like, seriously. Not saying that I don't like a good man, honey. You know, y'all know I love him. I love me a good man, honey. But no, I'm good. I don't really care for a man at this point in my life at all.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Get my life together, get my body together, get my kids together. And yeah, that's the most important thing to me right now. And if a man happens to, if I happen to entertain a man, it's not going to be like nothing I've ever had before. And I'm not interested. I had fun with the bums, the losers, the felons. Oh shit, I can't.
She's over there cracking herself up at the hospital. I've had fun with the felons.
Laugh that hard. Ooh, I love me a good.
She's a weirdo.
Felon, honey. But yeah, no more, you know? No more. So yeah, my next man will probably be like 54, 55, maybe a white man, you know, has a good career, boring as hell, you know, but will sit my ass down in a good way, you know, take care of me and all my my bastards. Yes, because best believe I can find one that will do that. And yeah, we live happily ever after.
Did she just say that? Y'all love her mustache. She says she gonna find someone to take care of her bastard children. Okay, if you think so, sure.
Yes, because best believe I can find one that will do that. And yeah, we live happily ever after.
I don't know where she's gonna find one. He's got to be about 76. Forget about 54. He gonna need to be about 76. And his kids are gonna beat your tail.
Thank you. Am I gonna post the vlog? Maybe when I get home, if I can figure out the audio. So how are you? I'm good. I'm good, you guys. Love your energy. Thank you. Going back to school. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do.
She's not trying to go back to
A lot
school.
of stuff. You know, and I have the support of my family, and it's all gonna be good.
Liv's plans are losing weight, getting her body back, finding a man, living her life, leaving those 3 kids in California with her mother and her stepfather, and going wherever the next place she goes and make another set of 3 kids.
You know, like I said, I'm going to be in California for a little while. And while I'm
She gonna have 9 kids just like her good friend Strong Mommy Grizzy.
here, I'm going to, you know, take advantage of having the help and having, you know, my family around me, and I have endless support, and sky's the limit. You know what I mean? I can do me, and I have endless support of having the help and having for a little while. And
listen,
it's all going to be good. You know, like I said, I'm going to be in California for a little while.
She's gonna be I'm not here in California forever. She said, I'm in California for how long?
And it's all going to be good. You know, like I said, I'm going to be in California for a little while. And while I'm here, I'm
not here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. Okay.
You know, take advantage of having the help and having, you know, my family around me, and I have endless support, and sky's the limit.
She's gonna be in
Texas. I can do whatever I
still.
want to do as far as like pursue what I want to pursue. I just have to do it, and I have to, you know, just pick something and stick to it, and you know, do it for my babies. Do it for the gram. I'm excited though. I'm excited for us.
Damn, how much food you got? Did they bring you a cart or a tray?
She weighs 3 pounds. Girl, she might weigh 10 pounds by now, the way they're feeding her.
Is it 3 pounds or 8
This
pounds?
hospital, the fattest baby. The way that they're expecting her to eat. Leave this hospital, the fattest. Weigh 10 pounds by now, the way they're. She weighs 3 pounds. Girl, she might weigh 10 pounds by.
Does she weigh 3 pounds? You said she was delivered at 8 pounds. Which one is it?
Now, the way they're feeding her. I promise you, my baby's gonna leave this hospital, the fattest baby. And the way that they're expecting her to eat. Do it for yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna do it for me. Everything is for my kids, though, you guys. I don't really. Of course, I do it for me, but I want to do it for them.
The sad thing is that she never says she wants to do something for herself, but really everything is for herself. But she says she's doing it for the kids. But the really sad part about it is that she never accomplishes anything. So she tries to say she's not doing it for her and she's doing it for the kids. So maybe that she doesn't get disappointed because she always seems to never accomplish anything. She's a very complicated, weird person.
3 pounds? No, she was 8 pounds, 3 ounces.
Oh, well, you said 3 pounds.
Did I say 3 pounds? My bad.
You did.
No, not 3 pounds. 8 pounds, 3 ounces. How often do you have to feed her? Well, she just ate around 5:30. So she said to come back around 8 o'clock to feed her. So like every 2.5 to 3 hours we have to feed her. I have a name for her because honestly, I just asked you guys for names. No name beats the names I have. So I'm just going to name her the name. I know I told my mom today, I told my aunt, and they were like, yeah, that's cute. But they were kind of like, but I still love it. I know my dad's not going to like it. You know what my dad told me to name baby? He messaged me yesterday when I was in labor. He said, name her Griselda. Griselda. That's my dad, okay? I said, Dad, Griselda? Are you good? Hold on.
What dad? Her biological dad or the stepdad? Who told you? I mean, That's an old school Spanish name, and I mean it's perfectly fine. But who told her that? Like who girl, she's lying. Somewhere out there, there's a Griselda who's like, why am I catching strays? It's a perfectly fine name. It's a beautiful name. It's an old school name. There's nothing wrong with that name. At the end of the day, stop lying on your dad. He didn't tell you to name the baby that. Okay. He didn't tell you that. Stop lying. Okay. Uh La Reina del Sur. Okay. Is that her name? Is her name Griselda? La Reina del Sur, the telenovela? Was that her name? Okay, that's a bad bitch name then. Okay. Um Cruella, daughter of Olivia. Uh girl, no, she's not getting her tubes tied. Sis health. She doesn't she just likes having babies. That's all she does. She thinks it's cute. Yeah. Griselda Blanco. Mhm. Isn't that the La Reina del Sur, Queen of the South? Mhm. She better stop playing with people because somebody named Griselda might go and clock her over the head as she's exiting that damn hospital. She better leave people and their names alone. Cause baby, somewhere there's a Griselda right now who's just like, now what? Girl, eating like a whole cow. Um,
Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go because the lactation nurse just came in and she's gonna set up my pump area. I had to get a smaller flange for this side because this nipple is smaller than this nipple. I know I'm telling you guys all my business, but anyway, she's gonna go get that stuff and then set it up, and then yeah, I'm gonna pump and go back to the NICU at 8 o'clock. And I have to use the restroom. I have to clean myself, girl. You all know. So let me go. I love you guys so much. Be positive. Have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And hopefully, I'll have the baby in the room, and it will just be a brighter day tomorrow. Okay.
okay.
But this nurse, this lactation lady, just told me everything I needed to hear. She just like reaffirmed that I'm not crazy about the NICU. So everything's gonna work out. I'm gonna let the NICU do what they need to do, so I can get my baby, and then I'll be happy. And I'm already happy, but I just want my baby. I want my baby. I want my baby in my arms. But I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you guys for your support and your love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yes.
I said, please stay positive, you guys. There's so much crazy stuff happening in the world. Just stay positive and live a good life. Okay. I know we all go through things, but take the positivity and the good out of everything. Okay.
If she keeps bothering the nurses, they're gonna run her right on up out of there, and they'll tell her to come she can come in the morning to breastfeed. Like if I were her, she would needs to shut up, right, Lynn? She is a liar. Teresa Mendoza was known as the Queen of the South.
I guys love you. Bye, y'all.
Okay. All right, you guys. Live under investigation. Live. They're watching you at the hospital. Rest assured. They're watching you and they're clocking you. So act accordingly. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Deadly shooting in Polk County. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's see. She took a picture with the baby. Oh. You can't see anything. Girl, that baby looked like Joey. I don't know who that baby is, but Look at the head. Hold on. Girl, that's probably another Joey baby. You think it's a Gamer Bay baby? Who knows? She got them damn filters on. We don't know what the baby looks like. Who knows? She gonna play with the internet. It has Krylani's ears. Okay. Filter down. Okay. Woo! Baby, y'all, 2 hours and 20 minutes. We made it through. Okay. There's a new baby on the YouTube streets. Okay, so we have Krylani. What was Krylani's name? Was Florida. Florida. What was it? Florida Johnson? What did we call her? Did we call her Florida Johnson? AJ was damn Chicago Smart. It was Chicago Smart, Florida Johnson, and this baby girl Callie Med. Okay. Girl, little baby Callie Med. Callie Med, short for Medi-Cal. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, girl, Chicago Smart. That was AJ. And Krylani was Florida Johnson. And we never came up with a name for this baby. Isn't that interesting? Because, girl, we never cared. We cared less than the other two. I don't know. It happened so quick. I don't know. We just didn't think. The mood didn't strike me until just now. Randomisha, Florida Johnson, Chicago Smart, and Callie Med. I love Callie Med. Girl, good old Callie Med. Okay. I think you guys voted and we came up with some names. Let me go see what we came up with. We voted like a week or so ago on some names. Hold on a second. Let me find. Hold on. Let me see what Bougie Gang voted and we came up with something. Dakisha. We can't call the baby Dakisha. The baby, that's not the baby fault. The baby, we can't do that to the baby. Let me see. Bougie Gang voted, and what did we come up with? I said, did she come up with a name yet? Okay. I thought I had documented it. Okay, here it is. What should Liv name the baby? I think we were just playing at this point. There were 329. This was 2 weeks ago. We said, what should Liv name the baby? 329 votes. Texas Two-Step Johnson, 16%. Probatiana Tarrant Johnson, 24%. Swipe Right Johnson, 29%. And Anonymous Johnson. Ooh. Girl, why did 29% of you being extra? No, 31% extra messy said Anonymous Johnson. Hold on, let me drop the link. So if you want to go look at the post, there it is. Ooh, there it is. I like Callie Med. Yeah, Callie. Girl, we got Chicago because that's where her baby daddy ended up with Miss Donna. We got Florida, where Joey busted her down and she made Krylani, and Callie Med, where she fled to once she got her Medicaid approved so she could go have a baby and bother the fuck out of the people at that hospital so that she could have a free baby over there. Callie Med, okay, on Medicaid. Who's my daddy? Okay, it's the Who's My Daddy crew. Hey Lynn, hey boo boo. The baby looked AI generated. Okay. Chicago Smart, Florida Johnson, and good old Cali Med. Okay. Thank you guys for the jewels and the stars and everything. You guys are awesome. What time is it? It's only 11. Oh, I was about to say it's 11 o'clock. It's 1. Y'all, Lambo has kennel cough. Can you believe it? Pray for Portia. She doesn't get it because, Portia's only 13 pounds. So God forbid she comes down with it. But I think it was because she was on a 3-year. If in fact the test comes back, but they're treating him for it anyway because that's what they think that he got. He had just got his second booster of it. So he got a 1-year and Portia was already on a 3-year. So, cause she's 5 and Lambo is going to be 3 in November. So I don't know. Because the doctor said it's rare that they'll get kennel cough, but he was up on his vaccines because we boarded him and you can't get your dog in without having their shit together. And we keep up on our dogs. And anyway, Sir is coughing and hacking. So I had to run him to the vet. So if you want to hear about that story, just go to the first 10 minutes of this video. But Sir is sleeping now. And girl, nonstop. If it's not one thing, it's another. Miss Jerry, as in geriatric birth. Wow. Conspicuous reality. Okay. Yes. That's a cute one, Miss Jerry. Didn't she say Miss Leo before? She always looks stank. Wow. C-section Callie. Wow, Coco. Stella deserves everything she gets. Stella really, yeah, I think kennel cough is something like dog flu. I don't know, girl. But he's taking antibiotic and he's taking a cough suppressant. So he'll be okay. He's got to take antibiotic for 2 weeks and then he's got a cough suppressant every 8 hours for the next 3 or 4 days. So he'll be all right. He better because I just paid $180. Okay. He better. All right. But yeah, girl, we can't have that coughing. If you were on my live last night on Real Talk Bougie, baby, towards the end, you would have thought Lammy was over here choking on something. So I gave him some Benadryl because I thought maybe he was having an allergy. Little mama had allergies. But she used to take Apoquil. And, Benadryl isn't like the best for dogs, but you can use it. So I thought maybe he was having an allergy and I thought he was like spitting up some grass. And I don't know, he kept it up for a while, but then he fell asleep and he really fell asleep. He was tired. And when he woke up this morning, he went right back to the coughing. And 8 o'clock, I think it was 8:03. I called the vet we had just taken him to get him fixed because he had surgery 3 weeks ago. He got neutered and he's good. So knock on wood. And Portia seems to be fine. So we'll just monitor Portia, but hopefully she's not going to get sick. So anywho, that's the update on my pups. Poor Lammy can't catch a break. Girl, Farrah is so funny. So Farrah came with me to the vet. She was sitting in the back with Lammy because Lammy gets a little unruly. And she said he was barking. So he was like barking like at the window of the vet. And she said he was barking, asking what happened to his, he wants his balls back. The funny thing is that when they did his surgery, they left him with what looks like the sac, but clearly the testicles are gone. And yeah, poor thing. His thing is it's still there, I guess, for an aesthetic. I don't know if it will go back into his body or what, but it's just, yeah, they took the whole thing. Because how you see when male dogs are fixed, they don't have anything anymore, right? But they left where you could still tell he's a boy, which he's a boy. So, I don't know what happens with that over time. So I've never had a boy dog before of my own. I had a boy dog growing up, but it was my brother's dog and he died by the time I was 13. So I don't remember a lot about him. Because I wasn't really caring for him like that. But yeah, Lambo's really my first boy dog. Anyway, okay, guys, enough dog talk. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Happy Friday. You guys might see me tomorrow. If there's something you want me to get to, let me know. Um, I do have a Nardos video. Her baby daddy has been dragging her. So I do have a Nardos video. If you came to me by way of Nardos recently, I do have a Nardos video. I did yesterday, but I didn't put it up yet. If you hadn't seen the Gina comments video, that's up. If there's something else you want me to get to, let me know. And if it fits in, it fits in. If it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, God knows there's a million channels on YouTube. We can't react to everything, right? But if there's something interesting, let me know. Okay. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday. I think you'll see me tomorrow, probably not Sunday. Because I got to get my house together. We just pretty much were on your mark, get set, go, coming back in from out of town last week. And I'm still trying to so this weekend I have to spend some time getting things together. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful day and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for like a little bit. Okay. Bye guys. He was back there doing a Krylani. Krylambo. Not Krylambo. Yeah, he's just a baby. Aw. He was doing a Krylani. Aw. That was funny. Okay, I'll see you guys later.